What's going on, people? What's going on? Hope you guys are having a great Sunday. I got Fisk on here with me right now. The hub is supposed to get on here soon. Nate is supposed to get on here soon. And Nate jumps on right as I say Nate is supposed to get on here soon.
Man, sorry,
Um,
sorry.
that's no
No
problem.
delay
No
here.
problem. I mean, most of the time I'll be late anyway for my own stream. So
Yeah.
that's
Now,
that's a,
gotta correct you. Like I tell everybody in my stream, I can't be late to my own thing. It start when I say it
that
start. Ain't no
makes that
supposed to
makes
be
sense.
late to my own thing.
That makes sense. You can't be late to your own stream
That's fair.
because you click the button when it starts. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's
So
facts.
how I'm late?
That's facts. But I haven't had you all on in a little while, at least since the Fisk is a little bit longer, but Nate, at least since the 53-man roster has been set and since we played preseason games. So I just wanted to get you all's opinion on first of all, we only played 3 preseason games. We didn't see DJ and the starters until the last preseason game. First off, would y'all address this way? Would y'all attack this preseason the same way that Joe Judge attacked it?
I mean,
As far as not playing your starters until week 3?
I think in some respects, yes. I think it would definitely be as careful as they've been with some of the injuries. I definitely think that's the right move. I mean, a lot of Giants fans are calling it babying the injuries, whatever you want to call it. I mean, especially with some of these little pulls, these hamstrings, these quads. Those are things that if you're not giving them time to heal, they're going to linger all year. So with that respect, I agree. I think I probably would have given the starters a few more reps. I just think that a lot of what we've seen with the line, they'll get off to a slow start in a game, and then they'll sort of figure it out over the next couple of drives, next couple of possessions. That's not going to go super well if that happens in the first game of the year. You can't get off to a slow start against real NFL competition, especially a front seven like the Broncos. So for me, I think I probably would have given him a few more reps. Also would have given DJ a little more time in the field, whether that's giving him a half in both of those last 2 preseason games or something like that. I just think with these sort of moving parts going on, I would have liked to see him get a few more reps. Obviously, he made a lot of good decisions, and then, as he always does, one bad decision, which is so unfortunate.
Yeah, and don't even touch on that. Don't even touch on that. I'm going to ask y'all about that play by itself right
We'll
after
talk
Fisk
in
gives his
specific
answer.
about that in a few minutes when you bring that up then. But just the thing is with DJ, it always is this way. He's just got to eliminate the few bad plays. That's what it is. In that game, he played a hell of a half. It was a really good first half from his point of view, as far as I could see. He made a lot of good decisions. I saw maybe 2 or 3 mistakes, but only the one that was actually a bad mistake. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the announcer was getting on him for missing that one read, which was
Across the middle to Booker.
Who was that receiver? Was it?
It was
I don't remember.
Devontae Booker. Across
That's
the
a
middle.
running back route.
And
Wide
yeah,
open.
that
Yeah.
was a mistake, but I think it was Bill Belichick said to maybe it was Tom Brady, one of his quarterbacks, incompletions aren't what's going to lose you football games. No one's going to look back at the game and say, oh man, that one incomplete pass, that's what lost it for us. So I think it's just kind of, I would have liked to get him to eliminate those mistakes.
I'm so happy Nate brought that up because what people need to realize is until you get the all 22, you can't really judge these guys. What bothers me is the NFL doesn't let us watch it from I call it the Madden cam. All right, I don't like calling it the 22. I say, give us the Madden cam, right? Because if you watch it from the Madden cam, we can see what the quarterback sees.
Yeah.
See, when we watch it on television, all we see is a quarterback in the pass rush. That's why everybody think they're an offensive line expert because that's all you see on TV. But at the end of the day, you can judge these quarterbacks a whole lot better if you can see what they saw. You know what I'm saying? So DJ, he may ignore that crossing route, but we don't know what was open down the field. DJ might have been like, okay, if I just hold this ball a little longer, old boy might get loose down the field. We don't know what the coverage was. You know what I'm saying? So I hate ripping quarterbacks for things like that. Now, I'm gonna get to my preseason thoughts in a minute. But I got. Do you want? You said you're gonna get to the Evan Ingram play later, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that right after you give this.
Okay, so I'll give my preseason take then. Okay, so here's the deal. When it's Sean McVay's a smart guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time Sean McVay offense came out rusty? Sean McVay ain't played a starter in the preseason the whole 4 years he been there. Alabama ain't look too rusty yesterday. Oklahoma ain't look too rusty yesterday.
LSU look rusty. LSU look real rusty.
I'm just saying, like, I think the preseason is overrated. Here's the one caveat I give you. I want Daniel Jones in the line out there. I don't want Galladay out there. I don't want Tony out there. I don't want Saquon out there. Put Daniel Jones in the starting line out there. Let him throw to David Sills. Let him throw to Pettis. Let him throw to guys who we want to see make the roster.
Sure.
This is where we can get a good feel for those wide receivers and see who's who and what's what. You know what I'm saying? So let Daniel Jones throw to the bubble receivers and keep our starters. Galladay, $70 million. Saquon about to get $70 million. You know what I'm saying? Tony is our brand new rookie. So, like, I believe in starting a quarterback for one half in the preseason, just one, the same way the Giants did it, just with to keep the line out there, keep your big stars on the bench, because the quarterback does need to get some kind of reps in before he goes against a real team. And as far as the injuries goes, look, bro, I love Judge. You know why I love Judge? Because he's softer than his exterior presents. What I mean by that is the guy is really, I don't want to call him a sweetheart, but he's a nice guy. Judge is
I get
nice
what you're
guy.
saying. Like you can tell. That's why it's funny when you see these people talking about, like, it's like you obviously haven't even watched.
Right.
You haven't seen this dude like interact with his players, because he doesn't give off that vibe at all.
Not even a little bit. Like the way most coaches would have been like, Galladay, we're paying you too much. Get your butt on the field.
Tom Coughlin used to go on the press conferences and say, he would be like tapping on the table, like, yeah, I'd really like to see him out there soon. I mean, I really, we're paying the guy a bunch of money. He needs to get out there.
Exactly.
I'm like, he used to straight up say it. So Judge is protecting all of those players who got any kind of injury.
And remember,
that's why these guys like him so much. That's why they're going to go to war for him.
And remember, Tony. Remember, what kept Tony out all summer wasn't a physical injury. It was COVID. Yep. He didn't bounce back from COVID the way a regular person did. It hit him hard. So in Judge, instead of ripping him, saying, yeah, he's still lingering from COVID, he can't get his wind, he can't work out the way he wants to work out, he hid it from us. I didn't find out about it until the beat reporters reported on it. They said it wasn't anything physical with Tony. It was the COVID that kept him out. He couldn't get his conditioning down. He couldn't practice with the team. It hit him harder than his normal people. I was like, we finding this out 2 months later? Tony been a mystery all summer. Like, oh, so he didn't bounce back from that Resident Evil. And when I see things like that, right? You see Joe Judge. We went on 2 field trips. We went to play golfing, and we went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And I'm just like, yo, Joe Judge is not Belichick. Belichick is the most coldest dude.
Listen, I'm not even going to say I'll delete my channel or anything, because that's drastic, because you never know what you'll see these days. But you will not see Bill Belichick diving into the mud with his players. You're not going to see that.
I think the biggest difference between Bill Belichick and Joe Judge, because you can see whenever you get the real behind-the-scenes type shit with the Patriots, you will see every now and then the relationship that Bill Belichick has with his players. He's a nice guy. He is football.
All
and Bill Belichick
business.
Likes to keep that separation between coach and player. Joe Judge is going to get on that same level with his players and try and coach them up one-on-one. He's going to get right in there with you. He's going to be, like Diggy said, diving on the ball and fumble drills in the mud. He's going to be a player's coach. He's going to get that relationship with him so that he knows these guys are going to run through a wall for him on Sundays.
Yep.
With Bill Belichick, it's more of just like, all right, I'm the general. These are my troops. Go run at the line. So,
I mean, if you ask me, I think if you want to say like who Joe Judge is more like, if you want to say he's copying somebody, which I don't think so, because I mean, he comes across as real. But if you want to say he's copying somebody, it will be Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Because he's a lot more like Nick Saban than Bill Belichick. Nick Saban, like, he jokes back and forth with his players the same way. Like, Nick Saban is more like Joe Judge than Belichick. Belichick is like a military general that is like 100% on his
or Dabo Swinney, because I he be dancing with the team, and he seems like Dabo seems like if you're a good player, he's your best friend.
Exactly. If you're not, he does not. Yeah, he don't.
He's a whole other
that dude is hilarious, man.
Shout out to Ash Money Records in the chat.
Yeah,
man.
shout out to Ash. Shout out to Papa Lou. Shout out to I saw YTC in there. We got Bobby in here. Shout out to Big Task. Jaden was in here before the stream. He always pops in before the stream, and then I don't see him during the actual stream.
Grilled Mouth Scott, my boy from my unit streams, he was in here too. I saw him earlier in the chat.
Okay.
I was gonna say something. Yeah. So the thing with Judge is this, right? Like, y'all gotta understand something. Discipline is what we need. People act like the Giants ain't just had to deal with Pat Shurmur and Ben McAdoo. There's no such thing as going too overboard with discipline after dealing with those two coaches. So it's like, from the outside looking in, when the Giants had that fight at Patriot camp, when the Giants, Bill Belichick made his guy run laps too. But the only difference is in New England, when Belichick make you run laps, he makes you run laps on that hill. Where you think Judge got it from? Like, it's like, that's why I find it funny. I'm like, I know Bill Belichick probably sits back and laughs sometimes. He's like, how you gonna criticize my hand-picked coach for the Giants? Because he hand-picked him for the Giants. You gonna criticize my guy for making guys run laps on a field? Man, I got these guys running laps on the hill. Tell Judge.
They said Judge was yelling on the hill.
I mean, let's be real. The difference between how Joe Judge runs his practice and how Bill Belichick runs his practice is Bill Belichick's been running it for 20 years. That's the difference. So,
and there's a fear factor with Belichick. I think players, Judge is more of a, he's more relatable. I feel like Judge is more like, he's serious, but he cares about you.
Yeah.
Belichick is like, yo, this dude might cut me the night before the Super Bowl. Like, I don't trust this dude at all. You're like, Belichick is
like, I mean, you said it best. It's a fear factor with Belichick. He's got a reputation, man.
Oh, I always go back to the Jonas Gray game. Jonas Gray comes out there and runs for 200 yards at running back. The next day, he must have been feeling himself, so he missed practice. He was late to practice. He didn't miss practice. He was late. And then the next day, he's not getting any carries. The next week, there's like a report that's saying Jonas Gray got his car towed. The next week, Jonas Gray is cut.
Belichick don't care, bro.
He doesn't care about your feelings at all.
Joe Judge is like calling coaches, telling coaches like, listen, this dude is good. We got to cut him, but I want to make sure he lands somewhere. Bill Belichick he does not care about these players like that. Not in the same way, at least. Like, he cares about what they can do for him.
Yeah, Belichick it's either going to be winning or it's going to be nothing. He doesn't care about anything except the W or the L that goes on the score sheet.
He didn't care about Tom Brady. What the hell make you think he gonna care about y'all?
Like, he tried to snake Tom Brady. No, 6 Super Bowls in, or 5 Super Bowls in. Listen, 5 Super Bowls in, he tried to snake Tom Brady.
Belichick think he slid. Let me tell y'all something. All right, I've been fired from 11 jobs. Okay, that's not including the ones I got starved out of. Let me tell you something.
They just take away your hours?
Yes, I quit 3 jobs because they didn't give me no hours. Like, they put you on a schedule with 0 hours, right? Exactly. That's what Belichick did to Brady. Brady's like, Belichick's like, I can't fire this mofo. I can't, but I can starve him out. Yeah. Go throw to Jacoby Myers and like Demarius Byrd and
Gunnar Olszewski.
Word, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, that's making Brady deal with that filth is the equivalent of us regular people getting 0 hours of work. It's like, at that point, Brady was like, okay, I'm gonna go find another job. I'm gonna go to Tampa. Here's my 2 weeks notice. We out of here. So he technically snaked, because, like, come on, bro. And that's why I feel bad for Cam Newton, because he goes to New England for that 1 year and he had to deal with the filth. And then Belichick goes and finally spends some money, and Cam don't get to reap the benefits, but he was the one who had to take it. Instead of throwing Jarrett Stidham out there and letting him get them arrows, they threw Cam out there. So I'm just sitting back like, man, Cam.
And he was carrying that team until he got, until he got the Rona.
Yeah, I'm like, because my whole thing is this, bro. Even after he got the Rona, he carried that team. You think Jarrett Stidham would have won 7 games?
Absolutely not.
Like, come on, bro. Like, it's just, I was so pro Mac Jones before the draft, but I hope he falls on his freaking face.
I'm still rooting for him, but I still feel like Camp got done really dirty.
Yeah. I know it's like hard.
I mean,
because like now the way that they're, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can root against him as much as you want. Mac Jones is the Bill Belichick quarterback. There is nothing flashy about him at all. There is nothing that's going to draw attention. The picture of him before the draft is the fat white dude smoking a cigar next to the two guys that are Heisman front runners. He's going to
I'm
come
telling
up to
you,
the
you
line.
could make that. You
He's
could
going to
turn
run
that
Bill
picture.
Belichick's offense. He's going to check the ball down 1,000 times a game, and he's going to be pretty accurate on his deep ball.
Yeah, you could turn that picture of him smoking that cigar in the black and white and say that it is a baseball player from the 30s.
That's facts.
That's how Mac Jones is built in 2021. That's the craziest
That's
thing.
facts, though.
But here's
But
my beef with this
go ahead.
whole situation, right? Here's my beef, and I don't want to bring Daniel Jones into this conversation, but here's my beef, right? Now, here's the weird part. All right, I'm gonna leave I'm gonna leave that one out. I don't want to go that route. I'm gonna put a race card instead. Here's what I'm gonna put a race card. I love how Mac Jones wasn't athletic enough, or he wasn't good enough to go to San Francisco. They bullied Shanahan into taking Trey Lance, right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Mac Jones wasn't black enough for San Francisco, but he white enough to go to New England. That bothers me because we all know Shanahan wanted Mac Jones.
Exactly.
That's not fake news. That don't just get reported out of thin air. That him and John Lynch are arguing over Mac Jones. That's not fake news. That's real. You know what I'm saying? And you look at Mac Jones, he reminds you of Matt Ryan. He reminds you of Kirk Cousins. It would have been a perfect fit, right? So I just don't understand how people in the draft can sit here and tell me that Mac Jones was too trash to beat out Jimmy Garoppolo, but he's the perfect fit to beat out Cam in New England. Does it make sense?
No. I mean, I
Nope.
think that the whole point of that is, like, it was all these false storylines about the quarterbacks. And at the end of the day, with the exception of Justin Fields, who fell for God knows why, probably just the
He
Ohio
wasn't smart
State
enough.
stigma.
They pulled the
The whole thing with the quarterbacks and
Just
who
like
likes
they
who,
tried to
where
say
likes
that-
where, it ended up just as, again, with the exception of Justin Fields, they went in order of who was probably the most talented. And Mac Jones, he may be perfect for Bill Belichick's offense. He'll check the ball down. He'll be accurate. He'll be a game manager. He's not that talented compared to some of these other guys.
Man, just like they tried to go back and say that Mac Jones was. First of all, do either one of you believe that Mac Jones was teaching Cam Newton the playbook that Cam
I
Newton
saw that
ran?
and I laughed.
Yo!
That is
Cam Newton
ridiculous.
ran this offense last year.
That is ridiculous.
This is why I'm rooting on him to fail because I'm like, New England. My whole thing is this. Check this out, right? I hate to pull the race card, but I got to pull the race card. Them Boston beat writers been hyping up Mac Jones like he Mahomes or something like that. I'm like, y'all gotta chill. Because when Daniel Jones threw that laser his first preseason, Daniel Jones was throwing darts in the preseason, whether it was
Oh my God, man!
Golden Tate. Who was that guy who got cut? He threw his first that corner route.
Benny Fowler. Benny Fowler in
Daniel
the corner of
Jones
the
threw
end
a
zone.
laser on that corner route. Oh, it's preseason.
Cody
Giants fans
Latimer.
don't get hyped. Daniel Jones is only doing this because it's preseason. Fast forward a year later, this dude Mac Jones out here throwing checkdowns against like the fourth stringers who gonna be
Not in the
taking your order.
preseason. Not in the preseason. In practice.
Facts.
In
I'm like,
practice.
bruh, I can understand if if Mac Jones did this, like, all right, I can say it Cam caught COVID in like the first week of the season, or Cam Newton got injured for a couple weeks in the regular season, and Mac Jones performed like this in the regular season, I wouldn't say nothing. But you can't tell a Giants fan to shut up about Daniel Jones throwing good balls in the preseason, and then go tell me Mac Jones is Tom Brady reincarnated in New England. I'm like, bro, they're gonna be taking my T-Mobile bill next week. They're gonna be dropping off my Amazon packages next week. Those are the guys that he's throwing against. Like, y'all got to chill. Don't tell me Mac Jones is this great when Trey Lance didn't look too good. Oh, y'all say it's the preseason, his completion percentage should be better. But they go Mac Jones. Everything he does is golden. Yeah, okay. I'm not dumb.
But I want to switch back to what I wanted to talk about with that preseason play. First off, after seeing, first of all, some Giants fans on Twitter breaking that down, and then seeing Chris Sims, an actual NFL quarterback, breaking it down and saying that Evan Ingram was at fault on that play. First of all, who do you blame for that play? And then second of all, does that play even matter?
I'll go first, Nate, because you already said it was Daniel Jones. Already.
No, that wasn't what I was talking about, but whatever.
Oh, it wasn't? Oh, well, you go first then. We'll keep the order.
So when I say eliminate the one stupid play. That's not to say that play was entirely Jones's fault. I would say more know your situation. There's no need to take a giant risk like that. This is how I looked at that play. I looked at it in order of 3 things. Number 1, bad route. Number 1, Evan Ingram fucked up on the route. Number 2, it was a bad decision. You're looking at a situation where you have a couple of more cracks at the end zone. You don't need to come and roll out and throw across your body into traffic, into like 3 guys and then Evan Ingram, and try and hope that you can connect with your most inconsistent receiver on that play. You just don't need to. And number 3, it was just the misconnection on him and Ingram. That's kind of just a chemistry thing. They couldn't connect on where the ball needed to go, wherever Ingram needed to be to catch it. But most importantly, for me, it's just as much as it's not necessarily Jones's fault that the pick got made, he has to understand his receivers and understand that throw just doesn't have to be a risk you take. If it's like 4th down and you need to go for it to win the game, sure. Or if it's 3rd down and you need a touchdown, not a field goal, I get it. But you have a couple more cracks at the end zone. It's not a desperate situation. Live to fight another down.
My take is the complete opposite. Just for the simple fact that you got to understand, like, Evan Ingram, that's your job. Like, common sense to tell you, if you have a defender running underneath you to the sideline, and you got a guy on top of you covering you, the common sense to tell you, Daniel Jones isn't going to get he's not getting in the end zone. Common sense tells you got to break your route and cut back to the inside because you're not going anywhere on the other side. You're not. Common sense tells you. How many times have we seen Kelsey do that? Jason Witten, Zach Ertz, Chris Cooley. I'm just naming guys from our own division who common sense to tell you, if you can't go that way, you cut backwards.
Yeah.
That's just like...
It's not even like anything with just common sense. That's football now.
Yeah, that's football. Yeah.
We all run scramble drills. We all know what the textbook method is on a scramble drill.
But that's the problem.
You're supposed to go with Jones and get the ball.
I don't think the Giants run those drills. That's the problem. Because if you look at it, Aaron Rodgers runs them, Russell Wilson runs them, Mahomes runs them, Ben Roethlisberger runs them, but I don't think the Giants run those. Jason, but my biggest beef with Daniel Jones is I'm going to take Nate's side on this. Even though it's a common sense football play, Danny, you got to know your personnel. You know Evan Ingram's trash. So you can't expect him to do the common sense thing. And if you look at Daniel Jones' face, I saw nothing but disgust.
Yeah, he was pissed off.
He only did
and then it's like, exactly. And then it's like this, like, if you're Evan Ingram and you're like, and you think that for some reason I'm covered and the ball isn't going to go my way, at least at that point, try to stop your route. Just like Fisk was just saying, if he just stops his route and tries to, draw some attention over to where he is, then that might open up a running lane. But if you continue to run towards the sideline, you're making it so Daniel Jones can't run. You continue to be covered.
Ding, 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 ding.
And there's other receivers over there, so you're running into more traffic. Like, that's why I blame Daniel Jones for that. Not because of the decision, but because you should know what Evan Ingram is about. We saw it all last season. So if you're going to make something where you're like, I'm making a play because I'm dependent on my receiver being in the right spot, at that point, it's fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 10 times. I mean, once you get past 10 times, I mean, you can't throw it to Evan Ingram when he's open and it's a regular play.
Can I give you a hot take?
Don't try to improvise with Evan Ingram.
Sure.
Can I give you a hot take?
Go ahead.
That was the nail in the coffin for Ingram. I think Daniel Jones.
Not a preseason game. It's not.
You know why? I think Daniel Jones said, you know what? It's a preseason game. I'm going to trust him. And the coaching staff, they ain't stupid. They know what's up. Everybody on that coaching staff is like, yo, Evan, all you have to do is just cut back, and that's a touchdown. That's why Danny threw the – you think, like, come on, bro. Danny literally threw the ball expecting him to cut back. And the best part about that is I'm sitting back and I asked Giants, because I aired out Evan Ingram yesterday on my Giants channel. I had to air him out.
That's got to be the 10th time you've done that.
It's
He's
a habit.
A frequent flyer on Fisk's channel.
Yeah, him and Slayton. I can't stand them. We'll get them later. But my thing is this. I said put a W in the comment section if you think Daniel Jones would not have thrown that seam route to Evan Ingram. I'm willing to bet my entire YouTube chat that Evan Ingram would not have got that pass thrown to him.
Absolutely
Daniel
not.
Jones, he threw that touchdown to Caden Smith because he trusts Caden Smith. No way he throws that seam route to Evan Ingram. He wouldn't have done it. And I just feel like between Caden Smith and especially Kyle Rudolph, who in the regular season, let's be real, that would have been a touchdown because Kyle Rudolph would have got it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I hate to be that guy, but am I crazy? I thought against Washington he threw that exact pass to Evan Ingram and he caught it, and we all said, why can he make that catch but not the easy ones?
Pretty yeah, and that should have been Austin Mack touchdown. But my whole thing is this. At the end of the day, here's my hot take. Ingram gets benched. If he misses week 1 and Rudolph is out there doing his thing, Caden Smith's out there doing his thing, he's going to get phased out. Evan Ingram gets traded. I strongly believe we're trading Evan Ingram by the deadline.
I don't think they'll bench him. I'm saying I don't think they'll bench him, but I do think that he might get traded. Like, I think if they give up on him, it'll be like some phantom injury they come up with, and then he'll get traded.
Yeah, that's why they're gonna bench him, because they don't want to they don't want to kill his value. I think that drop versus Philly killed his value last year. They didn't want to kill his value.
They had to reset that.
Well, that's why I was saying all offseason last season when people are saying we got to trade Evan Ingram, I'm like, listen, as much as I'm with you that I don't like Evan Ingram, trading him doesn't make sense if we're not going to get jack shit for him. So I think it's going to be like you're saying, trying to see if we can get his value back to where it could/should be. But I think going back to that one play in the preseason, this one thing, it's just got to be a play you make on the professional level. We've all done this. This goes back to high school football. This is freshman year stuff. All right, guys, this is what a scramble drill is. This is what your assignment is. When your quarterback's scrambling out this way, you have to move to find open space or take your defender away from the running lane. These are things we learn in like day one, guys. These have to be plays you make. And on some level, you have to say, all right, Jones, you know it's Evan Ingram. Don't risk this. You have 2 more shots. Just throw it away and live to fight another down. But if we want to talk about Evan Ingram, you have to know where you need to be on that play. You've been in this game since you were like 14 at least.
5th year starter, by the way.
Yeah, you have to know this by now. This is basic football.
And the thing is, y'all talking about trading him. I'm only talking about trading him now because we kept him. I said we should have cut his tail before the draft.
Oh, to save that money. I remember that.
We should have got that $7 million. That $7 million way more valuable than a draft pick. We could have went and got us another lineman or something.
We could have got Matt Fielder with that $7 million.
We could have kept Kevin Zeitler around.
Facts.
I don't know if we could have kept him. I really feel like Kevin Zeitler said, listen, I'm not doing anything with my contract. If you want to do something with my contract, then release me. That's what I feel like he said.
I think with $7 extra million, they could have squeezed the money around and still made moves.
Hey, yo, Diggy.
I don't know.
The Saints gave us the blueprint, bro. The void years, man. Saints gave you the blueprint. Yo, the Saints got like 10 players on like 9-year contracts, bro. All voidable after like 2 years. I'm telling you, the Saints gave the blueprint. Yo, Drew Brees under contract for the Saints for like the next 3 seasons because of void years, bro. And he's retired.
Yeah. But I think with Evan Ingram, if I understand what you're saying, I personally just don't believe in getting rid of guys that may still have value. We can get that value back. But if you did cut him, yeah, this would have been a good time to do it. There was a lot of guys in the draft you could replace him with. Everyone liked Pat Freiermuth. I remember a lot of people in the Giants community.
I'm still mad we passed up on him twice, by the way.
He's a great player. Yeah, had a couple other guys. You got Brevin Jordan was in there. You had Yeboah, who's been making plays in the preseason.
I mean, it's pretty much anybody. If you can be a tight end and you can do anything, you're any kind of athletic, you'll be better. Because even if Evan Ingram, no matter what stats he gets, all of the stats he's going to get is because he's getting targeted that much. If you put an athletic tight end in his spot and target him the same amount of times, you'll see similar results and you'll probably see less turnovers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not that hard to replace him. It's about addition by subtraction. Because, like, whatever play he gives us by, like, making a one-handed catch or getting open down the field and you know, making that long play or whatever thing he gives us with that, you can't be responsible for 6-7 turnovers as a tight end.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. How can you have 7
job.
turnovers as a tight end? Like, quarterback, okay, you got to live with it. You touch the ball every play. Running back, they touch the ball a lot too. But a tight end, not even a receiver, 6 or 7 turnovers.
Yeah.
That's way too much.
I mean, he was responsible for the literal statistical majority of Daniel Jones's interceptions. And it's just, if you're going to have problems, that can't be your problem as a tight end. Like,
And a fumble.
You
Don't
have
forget the
one
49er
job
game.
as a tight end in the passing game, which is catch the ball, be a security blanket, be that guy for your quarterback that can catch an easy pass, catch the ball in traffic, be the safety valve for him when the play breaks down. If you're going to have problems as a tight end, if you're going to have like some flaw in your game, that cannot be the flaw. That can't be it as a tight end in the National Football League.
Listen, if you're making a tight end in Madden or you want a tight end in Mutt, what's the first thing you look at? Catching traffic.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you can't catch in traffic, you can't play tight end. It's just that simple. You're going to get hit almost every time you touch the ball.
Catching traffic and run block.
Thing that I say a lot about Evan Ingram, which is, sorry, I just want to say this one thing because Diggy brought it up. It's not even just the catching traffic. Like Evan Ingram,
It's just catch.
he can't catch at all. It's not a situational thing. He just cannot catch the football. He misses him in traffic. He misses him wide open. He misses him on concentration drops. He misses him when he's trying to look away.
He misses him
He
on
just
fumbles.
cannot catch the
Misses
football.
him on wide receiver reverses.
That's what I'm saying. Misses him on reverses. Like,
He's just not. He does not have hands. Some guys just cannot catch the football.
And, you know, speaking of guys who can't catch, the guy I hate even more than Slayton. I mean, more than Ingram is Slayton.
you hate Slayton more than Ingram?
Yes.
He hates Slayton more than
Yes.
anyone.
Because this
Wow.
dude, in my humble opinion, is the sole reason why this offense was trash last year. Now, listen, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear the offense is bad. I don't watch Fitzgerald get 90 catches with randoms throwing him the ball. I don't watch DeAndre Hopkins go get 10 catches with randoms throwing him the ball. When you are a wide receiver and you are talented, it don't matter who your quarterback is. It don't matter what the offense is. You're going to get your production in. That's just a bottom line fact.
All right,
I kind of
here's
disagree
Remember
with
going
that.
ball
Fisk.
with Haskins throwing him the ball.
No, so
I
here's
kinda
my problem
disagree
with this,
with that.
Fisk. My problem with your criticism of Slayton is that you keep talking about him with these expectations.
With
that he's
Hall of
going
Fame
to
wide
be able to
receiver.
do
Whoa,
these
what
things.
you talking about, Nate? I'm sorry, Nate. Didn't we go the whole draft without getting a wide receiver? So I'm not the only one
We
who
brought
had
in
high
Kenny Galladay.
expectations for him.
Wait,
No, I'm talking about in 2020.
talking about
we went the
last
whole
year.
draft
Yeah.
and ignored the receiver position because they thought
So
that he was a number
why
one
are you
receiver.
pinning that on Darius Slayton?
Because I'm holding him to the expectations that of a number one receiver. He was our number one receiver, yes or no?
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing.
I
If you
think
want to
Shep
say
was our
our number one
receiver.
receiver
He's
or
a slot
a
that no.
number one receiver, that's two different things. He's not an NFL caliber wide receiver one. If you're expecting him to be, you're going to be disappointed.
But he's
he was-
No, hold on, time out. No, we're not doing this. No. You are the only target on a horrible team and you couldn't produce. This dude Shepard missed like 4 or 5 games last year and outproduced you, bro. And he's in a
Yeah,
slot.
Shepard's a lot.
He's
A
supposed to
lot.
be some 6'3",
But he
down
barely
the field
played in the
athletic
slot,
guy.
though, the last couple years.
My whole thing, y'all gotta understand, he drops the ball. He doesn't get open at all. It's bad. It'd be one thing. I'd rather have John Ross and have a guy who's always hurt but produces when he's on the field than have somebody like Slayton who drops wide open balls and he can't get open, bro. You can't even beat the number 2 corner because God knows they put the number 1 on freaking Shepard. They ignored you. Daniel Jones ignored you. You got phased out the offense. You so trash. Now, on the worst offensive team in the league, not named the Jets, you got phased out of the offense. Even Evan Ingram didn't get phased out the offense.
He was the number one receiver.
Like,
He
word.
got like 110 targets.
How bad of a wide receiver must you be if Daniel Jones said, I'm going to throw to Evan Ingram before I throw to you, bro? Let that sink in because Darius Slayton was a single coverage all year. Nobody paid him no attention. And it bothers me because that's all we were missing was a wide receiver to take some pressure off the run game, take some pressure off Ingram and Shepard. All we was missing was a decent outside threat. That's it. He couldn't do his job.
What
And
I'll
then
say though is that Darius Slayton, he's basically like his role is like a Deshaun Jackson. That was his role in this offense. And that first game against the Steelers, they slept on him
Word.
and he got a touchdown out of it. But
They didn't
after
take a
that
fruit.
game, right after that game, they rotated the coverage deep to his side every single game. every single game they rotated the coverage deep to his side, and every single game, um, I mean, about 5 or 6 weeks into the season, I think he got injured, so he lost out on the speed, and they was playing over the top to make sure that he didn't beat him over the top. So he was never going to be a receiver that was going to run a whole bunch of routes and get open in the
Right.
intermediate because that's not what he does. He's not a twitchy receiver at all.
And I think if
So
you're getting finish. My bad.
I was just going to say, my sound went out for a second. I was just going to say, basically, they took away his only thing. Like, he has to be a complementary piece. If he's not a complementary piece, and they're actually saying we're not going to let you beat us deep, he's not going to be able to do anything. That's just not his game.
And I think the point there is that, was it a problem that the Giants didn't have anyone to be that dynamic wide receiver one, to be that guy to take pressure off the line, take pressure off Jones? Absolutely. But it's not Slayton's fault that he's not that guy, and for some reason they expected him to be. If that's anyone's fault, it's the front office's fault, because they must have thought that he was going to be that guy. That's not Slayton's fault that they had expectations of him that just weren't accurate. If anything, he's a complimentary piece, and if you expect him to be more than that, it's your fault for being disappointed.
You know what, Nate? Instead of arguing that, I'm just gonna say this. I'm sure he'll be a great complimentary piece in the CFL. So check this out, right? At the end of the day, we hired Galladay to replace Slayton. We brought in John Ross to replace Slayton. We brought in Kadarius Toney to replace Slayton. We brought in multiple receivers who do his job better than him. You know what I'm saying? He's a mark man. Judge didn't draft him, and Gettleman hates receivers. He's out of here. So number 86, enjoy wearing blue while you can, because you won't be on the roster next year. Goodbye. You won't make it. Ain't what? You a 5th-round pick, so you only got a 3-year deal. You didn't get no 5-year deal.
No, he got a 4-year deal.
We're not paying you. Get done. He's not making the team. We're gonna draft another receiver next year. David Sills is already better. Austin Pettis is better.
Dude.
I mean,
I disagree.
Yo, Sills is better than, so at least Sills can catch.
No.
At least he
Stop.
can catch.
No.
Y'all understand. I don't know why y'all like. Why? What does Slayton do? What does Slayton do to get respect from Giants fans? What did he do? Why y'all giving him a
Made
pay?
a couple of nice plays
When?
in his rookie season.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, but once they started game planning against him and there was nobody else to cover, I mean, of course he wasn't going to get open. What do you
out of
expect?
here, bro? Sorry, he got to go. He ain't caught a touchdown since October. What was it? October 3rd or October 6th?
I cannot imagine what Darius Slayton did to Fisk in his personal life that has caused this vendetta.
I have no patience for bum receivers. Get him out of here. I'm sorry. I have no patience.
I do think that Darius Slayton flies under the radar, though, of like having a serious drops problem because Evan Ingram is on this team. I do think a lot of people don't realize that Slayton drops a lot of passes too.
What was our week 1 game in October? He ain't called a touchdown since the first week of October, bro. He ain't called it. Bro, that was like week 4. He played like 12 more games and did nothing. Nothing. How?
So the transition from that, what are you expecting to see from this offense this year? Last year we were 31st in the league. Where do you think we'll be this year?
Fisk,
Easily top 10.
Top 10?
Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah, easily top 10. Without a question. Not even close. We got the best running back on the planet. We got the best deep threat, contested catch deep threat on the planet. We got the most shiftiest with the ball in his hand. We got freaking Barry Sanders at wide receiver with the ball in his hand and Tony. We got the best slot receiver on the planet is Sterling Shepard. And we got reliable tight ends now that Evan Ingram hurt. We will be fine. Giants is lit. And Daniel Jones is prolific. You said Nate want to bring up rookie year. My guy Daniel Jones got 5 touchdown, 4 touchdown upside potential when people catch the ball. Daniel Jones shows flashes. He showed you his dot. He threw the Caden Smith up the seam in a preseason game. All Daniel Jones needs is people to help him. Daniel Jones looks bad because he has bad around him. Daniel Jones is a prime example of what will happen if you put talent around talent. You know what I'm saying? This offense is going to be prolific. Watch.
You know what? I think the thing we all love about Fisk is that he holds these Giants to a high standard. And,
Damn sure.
That's something we can all respect.
And you will be slaughtered if you don't meet them.
I think with all of the questions that need to be answered with health and with who's going to stay healthy, who's going to not. How is this offensive line going to perform?
Oh, I knew you
What
was
are we
gonna
going to
say that. I
expect
knew
out
it
of
was
Jason Garrett? I think it's more of what do I want than what do I expect. With health, with Kenny Golladay playing a full season, with Sterling Shepard playing 14, 15 games, I'd say I would probably expect top 10, just with the amount of talent we have. But with injuries, it's going to be tough to project. I think with the offensive line, a lot of that is questions, but Saquon Barkley being back is going to make them look a whole lot better than they have so far. I think a lot of people have sort of forgotten the impact that a guy like Saquon Barkley can have on a game. I think once Saquon comes back, and I do expect it now to be week 1, based on what we've been hearing recently, once Saquon comes back against the Broncos, against what really is a fierce pass rush, you can't discredit Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. Against that fierce pass rush, you're going to see the effect that a running back like Saquon Barkley can have on them. Because they can't just tee off on the offensive tackles on the outside and attack the quarterback every play when they have to worry about their gaps and Saquon Barkley ripping off 50-yard runs. So I think with Saquon coming back, the expectations change. Now the question is, what's the level of health going to be at the receiver position? What production can we expect out of Golladay? How many games is he going to play? How many games are we going to get out of Sterling Shepard? What are we going to get there? I think with Daniel Jones, which is the big thing that everyone loves to focus on, everyone this offseason has been saying it's a make-or-break year for Daniel Jones. It's all on Jones. It's all on him. I disagree. I think it's all on the support around him. And I think how Daniel Jones does this year is going to depend on how those guys around him play. I think Fisk said it's surrounding talent with talent, which is a good way to put it. With Daniel Jones, if his receivers can stay healthy, he's going to make the throws. We know he's got good accuracy. We know he's got the arm talent, and we know he has the upside to keep the defense honest in the rushing game. I think the question is going to be, where do we land with health? Because we do have a little bit of a concern there. I will always stand by this when building rosters for the NFL, when building a roster in fantasy, whatever. Don't look for injuries, they'll find you. And we've brought in a couple of guys that do have injury problems. Hopefully, we're going to be all right there, knock on wood, all that good stuff.
Hey, Diggy.
If we can stay healthy, I think we're going to be productive.
Can I give you my hot take?
Oh, go ahead.
Or you can go, but Nate just brought up my hot take. I can't wait to give
Well,
this.
yeah, go ahead and get it.
All right, so if you sit down, if you're a hater, all right, sit down. You know what I'm saying? Relax. Here we go. All right.
Oh, this is going to be a real bombshell.
Here
Everyone
we
brace
go.
yourselves.
Yes,
He's getting ready to predict the
brace.
number 1 offense in the league. Here we go.
Next year, not this year. Next year, though. All right, but the number 1 receiver on the Giants will be Kadarius Toney. I promise you.
Say that.
Kadarius Toney will lead the Giants in receiving yards this season. Watch, bank on it. Over $2,000 of my money has been put on Kadarius Toney. I have him in every best ball draft, even my season-long draft. I promise you, there's going to come a time this season where Galladay's hurt. This dude Sterling Shepard is hurt. Slayton is being ignored, and we're going to go into the game, and Kadarius Toney is going to be his number 1 option in receiver, and he's going to take that baton, and he is going to run with it. I bet you he plays the most games at wide receiver, and he leads his team in receiving yards. Watch. That's my hot take for the season. Watch.
That is, hey, a lot of people, they'll say this is a hot take, and then it won't be. That is a hot take. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's a hot take. But I'm worried about 3 things with this offense. First off, I don't think this offense can be as bad as it was last year with the things that we added, and with Saquon back, it's no way we can be as bad as last year. But I'm not sure if I want to say our offense is going to be low 20s or if it's going to be in the low teens. I think the low teens are I don't think it's the ceiling because we have a lot of talent, but I see that realistically being the ceiling this year. But and the reason I say that is because it's 3 things that kind of makes me worry. Number 3 is the offensive line. And when I say the offensive line, I don't mean really anything on the offensive line but Matt Parrott. That's the only thing that really worries me is Matt Parrott on the offensive line.
Really?
Andrew Thomas had that 1 bad game, but I don't think he's going to play like that forever. Matt Parrott, from what I see, I don't think he's going to be a good player. I don't think he's going to be a starter in this league. That's just, I could change my mind, but for right now, what I've seen, I don't think so. The second thing is the receivers. We have way too many injury-prone receivers on the team right now. We have way too many injury-prone players on this roster right now, and I just need Saquon to stay healthy. If Saquon stays healthy, there's no way we're not in the top 18 teams of offense because he's just going to be that good. Number one is Jason Garrett. And the reason I say Jason Garrett isn't because I'm just saying, I mean, I just don't think that this offense can be a top 10 offense, even if everybody shows up to play. Because in order for us to be a top 10 offense, we have to have guys make plays above the numbers routinely. Jason Garrett's offense is run the ball, and this is why I say Saquon is going to be the biggest part of this offense, because he's about running the ball and passing the ball from about 7 yards to 12 yards. That's what he's about, it seems like. Hopefully when we get Golladay back, he actually takes some shots. But if he runs his offense like how he has the last year and the preseason, it's going to be really hard because every time someone's catching the ball, they're standing still.
Now,
I don't know how you expect them to make a big play if you're standing still. And then on top of that, like I said, Saquon is going to have to make the big plays. If he doesn't make big plays and we're relying on Devontae Booker, who's, at most is going to make a 25-yard run or something, then it's going to be really hard to put up a lot of points because it's going to take us 12 plays to score every time. And we have to hope that we don't make mistakes.
Let me tell you why I disagree. So I think all of what you're saying with Jason Garrett is true. I agree. He's without doubt the weakest link on this offense. You can say what you want about the linemen being inconsistent. That's fair. But Jason Garrett's the weak link on this offense, maybe even on the team, honestly. He just is not creative at all. He doesn't take risks. He doesn't get aggressive with his route concepts. It's curls, and outs, and more curls. And that's totally fair. I think my disagreement with you comes from the fact that in order for an offense like that to work, because Jason Garrett's offense has worked before, you need the talent to be there to bail him out. And I think the difference between this team last year and this team this year is that we have that talent now. We have guys in the receiving corps who can make that work. And as much as our offensive line is a weakness, and that is a weakness is there, I think what I would say is that Saquon Barkley is going to make them look a lot better than they are. And I think if we can avoid injuries, because injuries is what's going to make that house of cards come tumbling down, I think that talent is going to be enough to drag Jason Garrett kicking and screaming into a productive offensive season.
Two things. So. All right, I got to address Nate, and then I got to address Diggy. Okay, number one, this ain't Jason Garrett's offense. It's Freddie Kitchens' offense. The first thing, remember, he promoted Freddie Kitchens to assistant offensive coordinator. And then on top of that, you got to remember, Joe Judge says, we are going vertical. He made that. That was the first thing that came out his mouth with this offense. Is he says, we are going to go vertical. We are going to be more down the field. And he went out and got receivers that do what? Go vertical. Ross, Golladay, Tony. We don't got the route runners to run 4 curls. I promise you that. Also, as far as the offensive line goes, y'all got to chill, bro. Buffalo line was trash. Josh Allen was the number 1 fantasy quarterback on the planet. The Tennessee Titans offensive line was trash. He rushed for 2,000 yards. All the offensive line got to do is be competent, man. Y'all putting too much stock in it. Just be competent. Just don't suck.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like the only player that seems like he might be horrible is Matt Perry. Because the dude we brought in from Baltimore, I think that he's a starter. I think he's going to be a good player. Andrew Thomas, from what I've seen for most of his career, after he got that stuff fixed last year and what he did this offseason, I think he's going to be a good player. Nick Gates, he's good. Will Hernandez looks like a beast. So that's 4 out of the 5. So most of the time, if you have 4 out of the 5 offensive linemen, it doesn't really matter what the 5th dude is doing.
We started Solder. I don't think we got to worry about that bum perk.
If we start Solder, we should be fine. We should be fine regardless because I said you have 4 guys who I kind of feel are going to be solid. But if Andrew's basically, I feel like this. If Andrew Thomas for some reason doesn't take that next step, then we have to be worried. Yeah, if he doesn't take that next step, then we have to be
I'm
worried.
taking my CD
But if
Lamb
Andrew
victory lap
Thomas,
if you don't.
and listen, if Andrew Thomas does take the next step, and Matt Parrott and Nate Solder are horrible, I still think that we can function as an offense because that's one player, and you can chip those edge rushers coming out. Right. So I'm not worried about that. But the only thing that really worries me is Jason Garrett if he doesn't start taking shots down the field.
But he
If I can just give my take on these offensive linemen real quick, just while we're talking about them, I think if you want to talk about the unit, we can't just be as vague as we've been and say it's a concern and not speak specifically on it. So just from player to player, I think we'll just go left to right. Andrew Thomas, I agree with again, he's going to be fine. I think Andrew Thomas is going to be a solid tackle, and as the season goes on, he's going to show you why he was picked number 4. I'm not worried about Andrew Thomas at all. Shane Lemieux, if he starts
I think
at left
that's going to be Bredesen there.
If he can get healthy and start at left guard, I love his connection with Thomas. I love the chemistry there, and I think he'll be fine. With Bredesen at left guard, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what I'm looking for there. It's going to be a little bit of a question mark, but Giants fans seem to think he's solid, so we'll take their word for it. At center, Nick Gates is going to do Nick Gates things. We know that. Nick Gates is going to do Nick Gates things. At right guard, Will Hernandez has looked spectacular this preseason. I loved how he came in. He lost the weight. He looks quick on his feet. He's nimble. He's making blocks. He's pulling beautifully. I love what he's contributed to the run game. Will Hernandez, I'm not worried about. At the right tackle spot, I am of the opinion that Matt Peart will get off to a slow start, but I think he's going to figure it out. Because everything with Matt Peart so far has not been physical. It's been, as far as I can tell, it's been a mentality thing.
I don't think he has the mentality of an offensive lineman. That's my problem.
And I think that can be instilled in him. So the question is less about Matt Peart to me and more about Rob Sale. So if we can get him to just get out of his own head and just let loose and be an aggressive offensive lineman, I think that's going to be fine. So the way I see it, this offensive line has one, maybe two big concerns and a few really solid players on it. So with that being said, I would just say I think we're going to be okay because I don't see one lineman as sinking this season. I see a lot of linemen as sinking a season, and I think we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
My whole thing is if Derrick Henry can run for 2,000 yards behind a trash offensive line, Saquon good for 1,500 behind this.
I mean, I don't think run blocking is going to be a problem at all for us. I think we're going to be able to run the ball off the bat. I don't see no issues with that.
And Kush, my man, is in the building.
What's going on, man?
Just got home.
I think he's okay.
Yeah, I literally just got home from the gym. I'm still a bit sweaty. It is what it is. What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Hold on that Blake Martinez jersey.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
You got to get the Tony, bro. That's our leading receiver. You got to get a Tony jersey.
Well, I'm going to wait to see if his number stays 89 or not.
You missed Fisk's prediction. He said Kadarius Toney's going to be our leading receiver and
Did
the
he switch to
category.
13?
Not yet.
No, that was fake news.
I thought that was just a joke.
He hasn't switched anything yet.
That was just a joke.
Yeah, that was just a joke people were making online.
I hope he keeps 89 because I was born in 89. That's my favorite number.
That's what I actually like. I'm one of the few people that like the 89 on him. Like it reminds me of Steve Smith.
On him. I want him to take 17.
No,
who has 17 on the roster right now?
No,
there's no 17. There's a.
No, but what I'm saying that was Plexico. Though. I don't want him to wear Plexico number.
I mean, Plexico. It's not like he's getting his jersey retired.
He should caught the game winner in the Super Bowl. He should.
I don't know about that. I mean, he would have been able to cut some more if he didn't go in the club.
I forgot it. Yeah, never mind. He can't retire his jersey. Kush.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, bro. Look, check this out. I think you gotta understand something. Our wide receivers are made of glass. Okay, Kenny Galladay got a hamstring. Shepard gonna get a concussion.
We already know.
Something. And Slayton is gonna be Casper the Ghost real soon. So Ross already on IR. So
basically, you're saying Tony becomes the leading receiver just because everybody else gonna be knocked out.
He's gonna take that baton and run with it. Yeah, I think Tony gets 1,000 yards easy.
So you think that our offense will be top 10 with Tony as our number one receiver?
Yeah, with the best running back on the planet in the backfield. Eli Manning was top 10 with him in Odell rookie year. One wide receiver can do.
I want to ask Fisk. I want to ask you this then. How long is Galladay going to be out for you then for this prediction?
More of an in and out situation.
Okay.
I think because what happens is the more Galladay goes in and out the lineup, the more we depend on Tony. So even when Galladay comes back, Tony will be like, okay, he's part of the offense, like he like kind of like Julio and Ridley, where it's like regardless of who's there, that's his role. Because eventually he's going to take Slayton's place. He'll be the starter over Slayton.
Because what I wanted to ask you as a follow up to that is, if Galladay's in and out, do you still see him as worth the contract and worth signing him?
To be honest, yes, absolutely. Because when he's on the field, he'll produce. And number two, we had to do something for Daniel Jones. God knows we had to do something for the kid.
So another one too, because now these questions are coming in my head. If Tony is the leading receiver, does that mean he's the number one, or is Galladay still the number one?
That would mean, yeah, Tony will be our number one. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I just got to ask Fisk something. With this incredible confidence in Kadarius Toney, and that's what we love about Fisk, his confidence in the Giants. What do you see in his tape before he has the ball in his hands that lets you know that his route running is going to hold up?
I hate to be this guy. Oh my goodness. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd be this guy, bro. Oh my gosh. Have you seen the workouts on Instagram?
Oh no, bro.
I hate to be this guy, bro.
Nah, bro.
Oh my gosh.
No.
And to see the IG workout tape. Listen, I did a reaction on Tony earlier this season, right? I did a reaction on Tony on this highlight tape on my Giants channel, right? This guy gets in and out of breaks mighty fast. I don't care if it's in the slot or not. That guy gets out of breaks mighty dang on fast, bro. He's going to be fine. Remember, we said the same thing about Odell. Oh, Odell hasn't played one preseason game. Oh, Odell has the hamstring injury. He hasn't played in a month. Came out versus Atlanta and set fire to them dudes. So, you know, what you, bro, and then Odell was trash in college. Him and Jarvis Landry. That LSU offense was trash. Him and Jarvis Landry was wasted talent. If that was Joe Burrow and LSU when they was there, man, please. But come on, bro. Y'all know that LSU.
But listen.
Jarvis.
Kayshon Boutte went out there with Max Johnson yesterday and got a buck. What was it? A buck 40, a buck 48, 3 touchdowns, nine receptions with Max Johnson.
All I'm gonna say is this,
hold on. King Chris TV, someone I have not seen him before, says his route running is actually good. I'm tripping. So let me just give you my thoughts on Tony. So this has not changed. After the draft, I took a close look at him and his tape at Florida, and I assembled my thoughts on the guy. And I'll tell you exactly what I think. This has not changed, and it will not until I see him with consistent reps on the field. Kadarius Toney, I think, is a developmental guy. I do not think he has reached nearly the peak of his ability yet. I think Kadarius Toney is a guy, and this makes a lot of sense, considering he was not coming into college as a receiver. This is a guy that's only played a couple of years as a receiver in college. He's got a lot of work to do on his route running. And the reason I say that is not because he doesn't have the explosiveness, not because he doesn't have the agility. He doesn't have sort of the Darius Slayton problem if he doesn't have it laterally. He has all that deep bag of tricks in him. He definitely does. And I cannot remember for the life of me who was the first one to say this, but it became sort of the best description on Twitter. Kadarius Toney's route running is like basketball one-on-ones, in the sense that he can break your ankles just like he will with the ball in his hands. The problem is when he gets to the NFL, he needs a little more polish. And that's why I love him being here while Sterling Shepard is still here, because Sterling Shepard is that technician. He can teach him to use that agility and put those moves into his route running and be a little more fluid, a little less choppy, be a real route runner, because that's what I think Kadarius Toney can be. But I do not think he's there yet.
Can I give y'all another hot take?
Hold on. Let me just finish what I'm saying. Then
okay.
Here's what I see for him this season based on that. He's a guy that I don't think he's an every down slot receiver just yet. I think he's going to work towards that as the season goes on. I think for now, at least at the start, he's a guy that's going to be, and I hesitate to use this word because it sucks, but there's not really a better word for it. I see him as a little bit of a gadget player early on, that's a guy, you want to have him on screens, you want to have him on running plays, you want to have him on option plays, you want to get the ball into his hands and engineer touches for him. That's what I see Kadarius Toney's role being early. As he develops and as he gets that polish and that finesse in his route running game, That's where I see him starting to become a real threat. That's where I see him really being able to get these one-on-ones against slot corners in the NFL, against real high-caliber DBs in the NFL who aren't just going to bite on a quick head fake, because that's a lot of what his best route running is right now. So that's where I see Kadarius Toney. I don't think he's going to be that guy this year. I think he's going to be that guy you're talking about next year. And I think he is a perfect complement to what we already have.
So I respect everything Nate said, and it made a lot of sense. But come Sundays, he'll be in Slayton's spot. Understand something? Here's my hot take. We're keeping Sterling Shepard. He's going to take less money. We'll restructure him. I think we're keeping him. Something about Sterling Shepard, that guy's just a giant for life. And remember, Joe Judge called him before he took Toney and said, we're not drafting Toney to be a slot receiver and take your job. That's confirmed. Joe Judge confirmed.
I don't think Kadarius Toney is going to be a slot receiver, though. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. Sterling Shepard.
Listen, he's the next Tyreek Hill, bro. And I'm going to just put that out there.
Basically, Hub, I was getting ready to go there, Hub, but remember, Joe Judge and Sterling Shepard revealed that conversation before he took Kadarius Toney. He said, listen, we're not drafting this guy to be a slot receiver and take your job. That's not what we're drafting him for. And you don't draft a first-round wide receiver to be a gadget player either. We're drafting that guy to take Darius Slayton's spot. They want him to be the guy who takes the top off of the defense and run those vertical routes. I'm telling you. That's why we took him. And he'll do that this season. He's going to do that this season.
Another popular comparison I've seen is what Travis said, Percy Harvin. I can't really speak too much to that because I haven't really seen Percy Harvin play in his prime. What about Diggy and Fisk? What do y'all think about that comparison?
Before we talk about Percy Harvin, I don't want to move on just yet from what we're talking about. Just one more second here. So here's my disagreement with what Fisk is saying with why we drafted him. I 100% agree. You do not draft a gadget player in the first round. I also don't think we drafted him for this year immediately.
I'm gonna say I agree with that as well.
For what he can do in the future.
I was always of the opinion that he's a future draft pick.
Fisk knows this is as good as anybody. We probably didn't draft him to take Sterling Shepard's spot. What does NFL stand for, Fisk?
Not for long.
There you go.
Yeah, I know. Like I said,
I think Kadarius Toney is going to end up, whether it's why we drafted him initially or not, I think he's going to end up in Sterling Shepard's spot next year.
I don't necessarily think Toney's ceiling is really high.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe ends up in the slot, but I see Toney's long-term career kind of being on the outside.
Fellas, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I'm kind of split between what Diggy's saying and what Nate is saying, because I've also said for months now that Toney was always gonna be a pick for the future, as in he's not gonna come out the box immediately with all the batteries, so to speak. There's some assembly needed, and I think next year is when he's really gonna take off. But I used to think that he's gonna be the guy that's completely gonna be in our slot, but like more and more I look at him, I'm like, you know what? Put him on the outside. I think he's going to do a lot of damage if he just shifts to the outside.
Like to make the transition from a quarterback to a receiver to being a slot receiver,
he was running back at
position from what I've heard from receivers and people that actually played the position, slot receiver is the hardest position to learn. Sure. So I really think they're going to stick him on the outside.
We'll see.
And like I said, Shepard seems like a giant for life. He's like the leader of our. I hate to say he's like one of the leaders of our offense, but like he's
one of the leaders of the team.
Yeah, Joe Judge he's not going anywhere. Like I used to think he was gonna go somewhere. Now I was like, we're not letting Sterling Shepard go nowhere. We're gonna keep Shepard. Like he's a giant. He's one of the biggest Joe Judge supporters, and Joe Judge Shepard ain't going nowhere now.
Hold up. Can you highlight Josh's comment? Because I've been battling stuff like this all the time on Twitter.
Stop.
We should have taken Elijah Moore. Let me stop the cap. Let's rewind, because it's not that long ago.
Nobody not that said long this ago. Until we took Kadarius.
It's not that long ago. It's literally been 5 months. Let's go 5 months ago to April to the draft. Kadarius Toney, before the draft and at draft time, was the consensus number 5 receiver. He was the consensus number 5 receiver almost everywhere you're gonna go. Elijah Moore, I haven't seen one single place that had Elijah Moore above Kadarius Toney.
Only place I've seen that, I saw that from PFF and I saw that from Brett Coleman. Other than that, Elijah Moore was a second round pick. Exactly. But Elijah Moore, Giants
Like me,
fans jumped on
me,
Elijah
Diggy,
Moore.
me, Nate, we did so many draft streams where we went through big boards constantly
When did Elijah Moore
in the
go in the
weeks.
first round?
He never
Wait,
went
I
in the
thought it was
first.
Bateman.
Anyway.
I thought it was Tony and
No,
Bateman was the debate.
Yeah, Bateman
Bateman
was
was
ranked
the number
ahead of
4.
Tony.
Bateman was number 4, and that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Tony was the number
usually
5.
it was some combination of the top 4 being Jamar Chase number 1, then the 2 Alabama receivers, Smith and Waddle, then Bateman, and then it was Kadarius Toney. Almost always. And then as soon as the Giants draft Kadarius Toney,
All of a
and
sudden
they
he's a
draft
second-round
Elijah
pick.
Moore, all of a sudden Kadarius Toney's a reach. It's a bust.
And then you know what happened too is people saw Elijah Moore lining up against Corey Ballantyne and the offseason.
Yeah.
Against who? Can somebody name me your favorite Jets cornerback right now? Who's your favorite Jets?
I didn't know they
cornerback?
had cornerbacks. I just thought they had Amazon workers out there.
It's
Who's the
still
starter?
at this moment Darrell Revis.
Exactly.
He's not even
So
under
who-
contract, and it's still Darrell Revis.
So I'm not going to sit here and say that Elijah Moore is the next Odell, who Odell tried to call him. I'm not going to sit there and say that he's the next Justin Jefferson until I see him do it against an actual starting corner, because the Jets don't have any. They don't have anybody there.
Oh, Nate, there we go. That's my comp. Because you keep talking this slot propaganda with Tony. Justin Jefferson came into the league and dominated all over the field because we all know Thielen's in the slot.
But
Justin
Justin
did not
Jefferson was
wanna-
different, though.
People did not want to listen
Justin was
to me.
different.
People did not want to listen to me last year when I said that Justin Jefferson. People said, but he's a slot. Justin Jefferson is a receiver.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson was a beast, and I'm surprised that Henry Ruggs and all of those bombs.
The
went ahead.
Raiders. Ugh, the Raiders.
Sorry, let's talk about Justin Jefferson then. Let's look at him and look at Kadarius Toney.
But no, they're
Justin
not.
Jefferson
They're
is
not.
so
They're
much
not comparable.
dramatically more
Justin-
polished in every
Justin
way.
Jefferson was running NFL routes in high
Justin
school.
Jefferson had 1,500 yards at LSU, man.
Now, Hub,
Like
no,
if-
hold on, time out, Hub. No. Hub don't get to speak on this. All right, Hub just paid me his $20 last week because he told me Jamar Chase was going to come into the league and have a better year than Justin
Listen,
Jefferson.
that remains to be seen, but I 100% got
That
to
was
speak on
such
this,
a
bro.
terrible bet, man. That's so awful.
Like Justin
Oh,
Jefferson did break Randy Moss
Kush
like this
just
and like
gave
Odell
you,
Beckham. Like,
Kush,
come on.
Like
you
I-
just gave away money. That's
Listen,
not a
bro,
bet. That's,
I
that's
support black-owned businesses, bro. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Nah, but I've given my thoughts on Tony. I told Diggy this. I have to head out a little bit early. A little bit crazy around my house right now. I can't stick around for too long. But thank you for having me on, Diggy. Fisk,
Thanks for
Kush,
coming on.
as always, nice to talk to y'all.
Take
as
care,
always.
Nate.
Peace, man. Have a good
Hey,
one.
have a good one.
Oh, but I prefer this one some. I could lean back a little bit now.
Exactly. You can chill.
All right, I got a rant right quick.
Go
All right,
ahead.
now that I'm done with my Orioles, I can do it going a little.
What do you
mini
wash it
rant.
down with? You got a bev?
Nah, because it tastes nasty. I got some Powerade, but it's gonna taste nasty if I drink it
Yeah.
right now. So I got to wait a little second. Okay, here's what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's call a spade right now. Let's keep it 150,000. Daniel Jones has been dang good his first 2 years. His rookie season, he put up the numbers. His second season, he showed us he's tough and can win big games. I just watched, I'm not going to say their names because they don't say my name, but I just watched a round table of the NFC East on a big YouTuber channel. You get the big YouTubers,
I think if you know who it is, just let me know in private chat. I'm so lost
You know
right
what
now.
I'm saying?
There's the private
Yeah.
chat.
I watched this Giants guy literally sit here and say that Daniel Jones don't win no big games. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean? You're on the channel with a Redskin fan and a Cowboy fan. I'm sorry. Every single game we played for Washington was what? For the division lead, right or wrong?
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Yeah,
facts.
When we beat Dallas week 17,
That
ladies
was
and gentlemen,
that was a
why
big
were
game.
we in position to root for the Eagles in the first place? Because he beat the
And
Dallas.
you know, if they would have done what they were supposed to do and not tank the game, people would be talking about how Daniel Jones won the closeout game to get into the
Ding,
playoffs.
ding, 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 ding.
So all of a sudden, because something else
No,
happened,
you
and
know
he
why
wasn't
people wouldn't
on-
been talking about that? People have been talking about the wild card upset against the Buccaneers, bro.
that would have been glorious.
If not, no,
man.
tr-
Oh, that would've been
listen, you
glorious.
can call me a homer if you want, but if we face
no, we
the
was
Bucs
beating
again,
Tampa.
I think we would have beaten them.
Oh
bro.
yeah, we was beating Tampa. Yeah, we definitely was beating Tampa. That second game, we was gonna get Tampa. But that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Like, that's my rant. My rant is everybody's so skeptical on the Giants offense. I'm like, Do you see the throws that this kid makes? Do you imagine when he's throwing that?
Did you not see the screens I was saying?
I get so frustrated, bro. And y'all keep saying, okay, let me ask y'all a question, right? Y'all dogging Daniel Jones for having 11 touchdowns last season.
Oh, you talking to the chat right now?
Yeah.
No, I ain't talking to the chat. I just know
somebody in the chat just
said
Yeah,
said
because
that.
somebody literally just said that. Sajid was like he had 11 touchdowns.
But my next point is everybody talks about his 11 touchdowns. I ain't talk about the 24 and 12 games, though. When it comes to Daniel Jones, they only talk about the negative. This guy, Daniel Jones, last year with the second worst. Nothing was worse than what Cam had to deal with in New England. The second worst supporting cast in the NFL, right? He beat the Cowboys when we needed him to. He beat Washington twice. He beat Philly the second game.
Should have beat him the first time. Made the clutch throw the first time.
Yeah, and it got dropped by Evan Ingram. He had the game-tying drive versus Tom Brady, but they picked the flag up. Daniel Jones was clutch last year. So don't tell me he's not a big-time quarterback or he doesn't have a backbone and he's not ready for. No. How many dudes could have drove on that Tampa Bay defense like he did? And it's not his fault they picked the flag up. Like, come on, bro. Like, Daniel Jones with weapons is going to be a problem. Saquon Barkley, healthy, with Galladay and Tony out there, gonna be a problem. The Giants, do you understand how talented we are? I know everybody likes to not give us credit, but if Galladay had went to freaking Green Bay, he'd be the greatest thing on earth.
I literally tweeted this yesterday, bro. I think you guys saw it. Anybody that we sign all of a sudden becomes overrated because people forget Galladay was like on the market, the best receiver on the market. Allen Robinson never hit the market. Even if he did, it was him and Galladay that were the biggest receivers on the market.
Tony would kill. Speaking of the Packers, right? So how come Tony's good enough for Green Bay and Jacksonville, but he goes to the Giants, he trash? Everybody, I don't know how much fantasy football y'all play, right? This guy, Travis Etienne, was a 4th and 5th round pick all summer long in best balls. And these are $25 best balls. These are $1 million best balls. People invested a 4th and 5th round in Travis Etienne, right? That was supposed to be Kadarius Toney. So where my mind is at, fellas, is if the Jaguars had drafted Kadarius Toney, he'd be one of the most popular players of the offseason. Oh, wait till you see what the Jaguars do with Kadarius Toney in that offense. Like, come on, bro. But he goes to the Dory Jackson. And he going to the Eagles, he'd be freaking Darrelle Revis. But because he comes to the Giants, now all of a sudden Dory Jackson trash. At some point, I just want Giants fans and other Giants content creators, not saying no names, just saying in general, put some respect on your own team. Stop bowing down to these other fan bases like we not loaded. You know how much money we spent on offense? You know how much money we got invested on that defense? The Giants ain't some up-and-coming team. The Giants are a cap-heavy team that's ready to produce and win now at the quarterly.
No, Aaron Robinson, he didn't get cut, but his stomach still hurts.
Bro, every time Aaron Robinson comes up, now that song is stuck in my head, bro.
My stomach hurt. Yeah.
No, it's not a stomach ache. He got like a core muscle. Like
it's abdominal thing. Yeah,
his stomach hurt. It's a stomach issue.
This ain't Joel Embiid where he ate too many burgers again, the night before. You know what I'm saying? But like, all I'm saying, fellas, is I'm bigging up the Giants. And here's the thing: I love being. Funny how time flies, right? I don't know how long y'all been following me, right?
Oh, I've been following you since you began, actually, 2016, I think.
Right?
Or 17,
2017, right?
Yeah.
So that means you've been rocking with me long enough to remember I was the evil fan. I was the fake Giants fan. You hate Eli
I remember that.
Fisk. You hated the Saquon pick, Fisk. Now in 2021,
you hated Eli Manning, Fisk.
Oh my God! Now and that's the funny thing. I remember that because people was definitely sending a lot of hate talking about you hate Eli Manning. You need to give Eli a shot. You hate Saquon Barkley. You should have given Saquon a shot. Now, every time you get on Twitter, these little high-thinking Giants fans always typing up about Saquon Barkley and always typing up about how Dave Gettleman gave Eli too much of a shot. So which one is it?
Thanks.
I wanted to give Eli more of a chance, but you don't see me switching it up years later to sit there and say, oh, we should have moved on from Eli. And like, I don't understand how people can just act like it's not proof out here, acting like they wasn't sitting there saying, giving Eli a
I
shot.
got the receipts, Diggy. Oh, I can go back to my original channel and I got the receipts. Because I'm just
There's
saying,
people out here celebrating. It was people celebrating on Twitter when we took Saquon. Saquon.
Yeah,
what Giants fan didn't want Saquon?
A lot. We've talked about this a lot. If you go back to 2018, like 99% of Giants fans wanted Saquon.
Didn't Ron Effect make
he
a
made
video
the song,
talking
bro.
about draft Saquon?
Draft Saquon.
No, good and well we needed Quentin Nelson, but that's none of my business.
I was sitting there. I wanted Quentin Nelson, but Saquon was definitely my second option. I didn't like any of those quarterbacks.
I didn't care which one it was.
I didn't want any one of those quarterbacks.
But all jokes aside, though, fellas, y'all know me. I keep it real. I don't know how to lie. If I thought this team wasn't going to be good, I wouldn't be saying it. I truly, with all my heart, believed it. Joe Judge and Daniel Jones and Patrick Graham and like, we just got a lot of talent. I mean, there's not one hole on defense. We don't have a hole on defense. You can say what you want about our pass rush. Leonard Williams got 11 sacks. We added Aziz Ojulari and Lorenzo Carter is healthy. We
got my man Quincy Roche.
Facts.
Because the Steelers cut him for no reason.
Well, it's not even no reason. Is that the Steelers are stacked at edge.
Yeah,
they were like, bro, we're not that space.
Quincy Roche is better than what they have there. I don't believe that.
Well, he wasn't about to start, though.
Evaluate talent.
He wasn't about to start.
I know, but I'm saying just because he wasn't about to start doesn't mean he's not better than their backups.
No, you got a point there, but we've cut some of our backups. I thought we should have cut.
We cut David Sills, so I ain't trying to hear that. David Sills actually catches the ball. How dare Joe Judge cut a Giants receiver that can catch? I don't care what
David Sills, man. The David Sills stuff got out of hand, man. I'm sorry. The dude is built like a 6'4" Mac Jones, and he's out here dicing up the third and fourth string cornerbacks, and people are acting like this dude is Odell, like
because he can catch. It's been a while since we had a receiver not named Shepard that could catch. It's been a minute.
Listen, speaking of receivers, the addition we made that I'm really excited about was the receiver Colin Johnson. Because I like him to be like a stand-in for Galladay. If anything, people were saying Sills could be a stand-in for Galladay, but I like Colin Johnson a lot. I don't know why the Jags cut him.
In my opinion, Colin Johnson is better than David Sills, and
I think so. Yeah,
I think he's also a better fit for what we wanted to do with David Sills if we would have kept him. Because Colin Johnson is 6'6". So
he's like 6'6", 225, 230 or something.
I just had an epiphany. Sills, not Sills. The rookie 89, Tony. Yeah. He's gonna be the new Golden Tate, but way better. He's gonna play Golden Tate's role. Remember, we didn't have Golden Tate on the outside. We had Shepard in the slot. We had Golden Tate on the outside. We had Shepard in the slot.
We had Tate in the slot most of the time.
But you remember, Tate caught a lot of down the field passes. Even though he was, Daniel Jones, a lot of his bombs did go to Golden Tate.
Because Golden Tate was the best contested catch receiver we had at 5'8" or whatever.
Yeah, I know, that was so sad. I hate Golden Tate.
Pushing 40 years old, mossing people. That's ridiculous.
And Daniel Jones hit him, though. Daniel Jones, he loved throwing.
And we got to hear about why Daniel Jones can't do this, why he can't do that. And he's throwing all his deep balls to Golden Tate.
Yeah.
And Austin.
And then Golden Tate getting himself benched because he wants to talk. Like,
nah, it was his wife, bro. It wasn't even him.
He came from him.
It was him. He got on. Yeah. He got in the camera and everything. It was saying
she got the info from somewhere. She
like Golden Tate is not. He's not Odell Beckham. You cannot sit there and talk like that and expect not to get benched.
Now, prime Golden Tate would have been a problem, though.
Exactly.
Prime Golden Tate was a beast star.
He could have got away with that if he was in his prime, but
I don't know. Joe Judge might have still buried him. Joe Judge Joe Judge be like, he seems like he's a nice guy, but he be waiting to make an example out of somebody.
Just like how he did DeAndre Baker. Like DeAndre Baker didn't have a chance because Judge was trying to set the tone.
Yeah, because we could have brought him back, but Judge was like, nah, we're
not
good.
A fan of the dude.
Why is Sam Beal on this roster, bro?
Sam Beal had a good last week and a half. He looked real good. That's the only reason he made it.
Because he's Gettleman's pick and Gettleman didn't want to give up on him.
I don't think that's it. Because Judge spoke about Sam Beal a lot too in terms of how much he likes the dude.
Yeah, he had a good last week and a half of camp and preseason. I mean, he's our
here's my
corner.
hate.
I'm not tripping.
I hate saying Bill because he should have showed this last year, so we could have drafted Fryerman for the third instead of Aaron Robinson. But it's none of my business.
We
But
didn't
he,
need to
he
draft
opted out.
Aaron Robinson in the first place. First off, I make a video saying, listen, we should have drafted an offensive lineman in the third round.
No.
And then listen, in the third round, because people want to talk about the Giants have addressed the offensive line. First off, who takes a fifth round pick and says, oh yeah, he's our starter? Like, oh, we solidified that. Why didn't we take an offensive lineman in the third round? Why I got all these comments of people telling me, oh, we didn't address the offensive line. The offensive line stinks. That's why we suck. I say, let's take an offensive lineman. And I get about 200 Giants fans talking about.
Wait, I will say,
blah, blah, blah.
I know this is only one example, but just to answer your question, a fifth rounder offensive lineman that solidified it was David Deal.
I said, when do you take an offensive lineman? And when you take that dude in the fifth round, you say, we just solidified our offensive line. Nobody selects an offensive lineman in the fifth round unless it's like Trey Smith or unless he was caught on camera doing some drugs. You're not taking an offensive lineman in the fifth round that you're saying is about to start. So I get about 200 comments telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. We don't need any offensive line help. And now those same people are telling me that we need offensive line help. And the cornerback that we needed so badly, his stomach still hurts.
Oh my God, bro. It's a core injury.
He has not played any football this entire offseason.
Listen, yo, this dude Darius came through, saved the day, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Because guess what? Darius wasn't supposed to go in the sixth. He was supposed to go in like the third or fourth. This man dropped OD for no reason.
It's because he dropped because he's like 25.
Well, my thing with Darius is he carries himself like a number one corner. Like,
he carries himself like that because he's old.
I know, but like you know how some dudes you could tell they look nervous and a little lost out there. I feel like he feels so comfortable on the outside out there. Like, he just feels.
You know who fooled me with that? Mackenzie Alexander. Mackenzie Alexander, when he was coming out, he looked like a Pro Bowl Hall of Fame cornerback just by his press conferences. But that dude is trash.
I ain't gonna lie. I put Joe Judge in the Hall of Fame after his first interview. I said, yeah, we got one.
Exactly. He didn't coach a game. Giants fans were saying, oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we good.
That's it. Pat Shermer's press conference, McAdoo's press conference. It was like, okay.
McAdoo had that ugly. Yo, did he even wear a suit to his press conference when he first got hired?
It was the big suit. It was the huge suit.
Gosh.
And then the next year, what happened with McAdoo?
That was already out of style too, man.
What happened with McAdoo is that he went and got himself a suit that fit, so the media couldn't tell him nothing. And then he slicked his hair back.
You know, there's legitimately
some sunglasses.
There's legitimately Giants fans back then, I remember, that said the moment he slicked his hair back, they're like, I got a bad feeling about this season.
That's because remember the first season he was cool. He was just talking to the media, regular dude. The second season he slicked his hair back, got a suit that fit, and he
had
was
a whole
just
different personality too, bro.
He said, go watch the tape. He said, I gotta go look at the tape.
I got this.
He said, I gotta go look at the tape. Don't ask me a stupid question like that. I'm like, who is this dude?
Somebody different, bro.
Man. McAdoo was just. And y'all wonder why. Y'all wonder why Giants fans is at MetLife running laps at the freaking Fan Fest. We love this. We thank God for Judge. I think McAdoo and Shermer. No wonder why Giants fans out there running laps at the Fan Fest just to honor Joe Judge. I mean, because at some point it's like, bro, we need discipline.
Listen, even if Joe Judge didn't pan out, I'm always gonna respect this dude because of what I had to sit through looking at the team for the past 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna respect Joe Judge just for the simple fact of that. Like, he brought stability. If Joe Judge flops, which I don't think is gonna happen, and somebody else comes and wins, Joe Judge brought the stability there before somebody else got there.
He helped build the team.
This was a mess. This is what Joe Judge walked in on was a complete mess. You got Janoris Jenkins calling people, I'm not even going to say it because apparently that'll get you canceled.
Apparently, you can't say it anymore.
Man, Gettleman, I'm never going to forgive Gettleman for that. We went the whole year without a number 2 corner because Gettleman wanted to get in his feelings and cut Janoris Jenkins. Because
I don't think Gelman is old school. I don't think it's Gelman. I think we own that was probably Mara because he's all
think that
about
was John
publicity and
Mara,
stuff.
yeah.
He's all about looking right.
But that's not even a bad word. I can understand if he just like, first of all,
Yo,
now,
listen, I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying that ain't Gelman. Gelman ain't. That's definitely Mara. Mara's always
John Mara
all
need to
about like
sit the
looks,
heck
bro.
down, bro, because he greenlit that Odell too. John Mara need to go in this office and never come out, bro. At this point, bro, stop making decisions.
You
I was
see him
gonna
go
say-
over there and start talking to Odell at the Browns preseason game.
Yeah, I saw that. Yo, he's probably saying, "All right, listen, bro, come back."
John Mara is that dude that'll double cross you, that'll be your friend and double cross you, and
He's a
like
typical
he won't
billionaire.
he won't do it like out in the open. He's gonna have somebody else do it, and then he's gonna come up to you and be like, "Hey, that's a shame. What happened to you, man? I
Hey,
don't know
but
how
listen,
he
I'm
did
still on
that
your
to you."
side.
Look,
Yo, I don't know
now
if you
that
guys
Nick-
ever had this happen to you in your school, but like he's that dude that takes your phone and helps you look for it, pretending he doesn't know
Oh
what
yeah,
it is.
oh yeah.
Look, now that Nate not here, I ain't got to apologize when I pull the race card. You know, every movie got that rich white villain in the shadows. That's John Mara, bro. He's that rich white villain in the shadows.
He looks like an evil villain too.
He the one who give you the speech. Like, you think he's like the most nicest guy in the world, but he low key taking over the world behind the scenes. That's him. That's Mara. It's like,
You know,
oh
you
my
know what
God.
else? When John was quiet, basically before the last 6 years happened, the Giants were good. I'm gonna just put that out there. he's only a very vocal now that we're back.
And now he talk about the no taunting room. Like, Mara, if you don't sit down and shut up.
Yo, every time this man opens his mouth when it comes to like general NFL things, it just makes the Giants look bad, bro.
I'm like,
John
oh.
Mara, man, this dude John Mara, man, he is no different. He's no different than Jerry Jones. He's no different at all. It's the same dude.
Yo, did y'all see Jerry Jones flex on Hard Knocks last week?
I didn't see it
With
yet.
the
I didn't see
drone
that
view
last
of the
episode.
stadium and
Yeah, I
everything?
saw that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, yo, this is the biggest flex I've ever seen in the history of sports, bro. They just had the drone just travel through the hallways and the cities and the practice field and the locker room. I'm like, yo, could you imagine owning that? Could you imagine being an owner or something like that? Like, yeah, I own that. I built that.
Yo, what
yeah,
did Jerry Jones do to get money?
Oil.
It was
Oil?
oil.
Okay, yeah, that makes a
oil.
lot of sense then.
But he really wasn't that rich when he bought the Cowboys. Remember,
He got the Cowboys for it still.
Yeah, it's like the same situation with the Mavs. Oh man, what's his
Yeah.
name? And Mark Cuban.
And Robert Kraft. He got
Yeah,
the
Robert Kraft and the
Patriots.
Patriots too. Yeah, they all got them on really, really cheap.
You know, I did I'm not worried about the Broncos. I'm not. You know why I ain't worried about the Broncos? Because they got to go against our defense. I mean, people be worrying about the Giants that we ain't got some immaculate defense back there. Like Teddy Bridgewater versus our defense. Like, come on now. Like, what are we talking about now? Like, let's be real here. We shut down Russell Wilson last year too. Like, we shut down Tom Brady. That
All
one
I'm saying is
shootout.
James Bradbury about to have in this game alone, bro, like 4 pass deflections.
Facts.
I don't think he's going to throw it at him.
Then Adoree Jackson about to have a couple pass deflections, man. I'll put it that
Yeah.
way.
I'm not.
But no, I kind of agree with you there. I feel like maybe quarterbacks will respect Bradbury a little bit more now. Maybe they'll try and avoid him every now and then.
I don't think they're going to throw it. Especially Teddy Bridgewater, who's Mr. Conservative. He's not going to throw it at James Bradbury. He's going to target everybody on the field. But the thing that's worrying me is Darnay Holmes. That's the only thing that scares me about this defense.
Nah, I got faith in Darnay, man. I mean, he had a good rookie year. There's no reason for him not to have had, progress this offseason. Like, I feel like he's going to be good. I feel like he's definitely going to
That's
improve.
the
Yeah,
thing.
but
We might
Jarvis
throw
Landry
Darius
tore him
over
up.
there.
Jarvis Landry tore him up. Sterling Shepard tore him up. And I was like, okay, those are the two of the best slot receivers in the league. That's cool. But once I saw Jacoby Myers tearing him up, I said, yeah, I don't know.
I'm telling you.
But guess who
Darius
Jacoby Myers
is
didn't tear up, though? Blake Martinez.
Facts. Yeah, where are all these haters? Who was a linebacker that the Giants were supposed to sign instead of Martinez?
Corey
That was
Littleton.
open.
Or Joe Sherbert.
Corey
It was those two guys.
Yeah.
It was Corey Littleton. Yeah. Corey Littleton ended up being a bust for them. But shout out to Joey Mooney, 9 for the 199. Broncos got no run defense. We rushing for 150 yards.
It's a valid point.
That's
Their
how we
run
win the
defense is
game.
suspect.
If we
Remember in
if we can run the
2017
ball,
when we were the worst rushing attack in the league, and then we had Orleans dark ball rush on them for like 158 yards or something, bro. That was
Word.
ridiculous.
Saquon about to cut a rug on next week, man. I can't wait for that game.
so do y'all think that Saquon is going to get more than like 10, 15 carries?
Yeah, because Joe Judge want to win the game. Oh, you can talk all this conservative crap you want in an interview, but when them bullets is flying Sunday at 4:30, he gonna be like, "Did I really just put Devontae Booker in on third down when I got 26 right here?" Eventually,
One thing I like about Devontae Booker is he's actually pass blocking. That's one thing I like about him.
Oh, what about Brightwell? He looked good that last preseason game. Brightwell was doing his thing.
I don't know how much he's going. I think they're going to give the ball to Eli Penny before they do Brightwell.
I'm talking about third down. Well, I ain't talking about running them. I'm talking about like just catching
Oh,
ball
yeah.
out the backfield. He looked pretty good.
Maybe.
I will say this, to answer your original question, it's been the same answer I've been given all offseason, which is I know Saquon's 100%. I've been feeling that way for basically a whole month and a half now.
He's been ready to go
Yeah,
since
he's been ready to
Jones.
go for a long time, bro.
Like,
He's been 100% for a long time.
all of this noise about him being like he's slowly working his way back. Like, this dude has been healthy for months.
Exactly. Because of the fact he's been healthy for like a good amount of time, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if they start off slow with him, but if it like gets to a point where it's hurting the team, yeah, man, I wouldn't count it out if Judge is like, all right, yo, get this man in here. Like, let's actually get him some carries.
This is what I think. I really think the Giants are about to blow the Broncos out. I usually don't predict that, especially coming out of the offseason. But I really think that Saquon is going to go in there, and Kadarius Toney's going to go in there, and they're both going to make about 2 or 3 big plays, along with Rudolph and Galladay and those people, filling in the blanks. I really think we're going to make a couple of big plays at the beginning of the game, and then at that point, that's going to be it.
You're just going to run the ball out second half?
Oh, yeah.
That's my point. But what I think is going to happen, I think once we go up by about 10 or 15 points, and it really looks like we took control of the game, I think Saquon is going to sit at that point. But if it's a game where we need to be in the game the whole time and Saquon is consistently getting yards, I think he stays in there. But I think once we go up by a little bit, it'll be Saquon a little bit, and then it'll be Devontae Booker. And it'll be one of those things like once we're not able to run the ball with Devontae Booker, you're going to see Saquon come back out there. But let me get the Ash's super chat real quick. Shout out to you for the $4.99. Giants fans are some of the most back and forth fans I've ever. That's 100% facts. And before I even ask them about what you just said, everybody go over to Ash Money Records and listen to Ash's review of. I think he did. Did he
Donda.
do Donda? He did Donda. He did Donda already, and I'm pretty sure he's doing the new Drake album too. But y'all definitely go and check that out. He does a good job over there. But what do y'all think about that? Because this is the facts to me. Every Giants fan is saying, don't doubt us. And every Giants fan is saying we suck.
I feel like, all right, well, real quick. Saquon on my birthday ran when that fight happened on my birthday. Remember, he ran laps and did push-ups with the team. So I've known Saquon been healthy for about a month now because I'm like, if he was really that hurt, would Judge let him run penalty laps? So I'm just saying, bro, the Giants, I've already said my piece. I'll let Kush go. Giants winning 12 games, bro. We got way too much talent out there. Come on, stop. We good.
So wait, was the question season prediction or the fans thing?
You could give your take on both.
So for the fans, I mean, yeah, that's true. But honestly, that's literally it for every other fan base. We see it more just because of the media stuff. Like we're in the big market and whatnot. Yo, did y'all hear that?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I hear
That's
it, but,
hilarious. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear what they said or anything, but I heard something.
Man, they were actually screaming. But getting back to the point, I don't have anybody locked up in my basement. Yo. Getting back to the point at hand, I'm gonna say like 10 wins, around 10, 11 wins for the Giants is what I'm saying. But with the fan base thing, that's every fan base, bro. I've seen Eagles fans because I've known Eagles fans that are the crazy ones. They say they gonna win the division. I know Eagles fans that the realistic ones that say, nah, bro, this is like a 4-win season type of thing. So I think that's for every fans.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in any Giants fans that do. Any Giants fan that don't say we not winning in division, you disgust me. Never take sides against the family. I got beef with a couple people over that. Don't take sides against the family.
But shout out to Barth, 3,400 for the Canadian too. Who's the Giants' offensive and defensive MVPs this year? I'll go first, and then Fisk can go, and then Kush can go. On offense, to me, it's Saquon Barkley, because if Saquon is making big plays over and over again, our offense can only be so bad. And on defense, it's James Bradbury, because to me, he's a top 3 cornerback in the league, and if he misses any time, it changes the entire way we play defense.
Shout out to Barth. What up, Barth? I'm gonna go Tony on offense because he's gonna lead us in receiving yards, and defensively, I'm gonna go Xavier McKinney. I think this guy's he's gonna be such an X factor this year. It's gonna be scary.
For offense, I'm gonna go Saquon as well. For defense, I'm gonna go Leo. If Leo comes out and has like the same year, or can you imagine if he has better? But I'm gonna say if he has the same year he had last year, with an even better supporting cast around him, this defense is legitimately like, I don't know, top 3. Like, it will be crazy, man. And he will solidify himself as one of the best defensive tackles in the game.
Yeah, one thing I'll say is, oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I just realized that I can't take my nap before I go live. I gotta get ready to go get something to eat.
Oh, I was gonna say one thing that I'll say is that Giants fans have been panicking a little bit about the defense, but let's think about it. That first half defense against the Patriots, people were panicking about, but how many points did we give up in the first half?
Facts.
So it's the same thing as last year.
I was about to say,
looked like people was moving the ball.
Yeah.
How many points did we give up?
That's what we were great at last year. We were literally bend not break. Like, we would let them get down into the red zone, but we shut them up while they were in the red zone.
No matter what we do with the pass rush was trash besides Leonard Williams last year. If they don't get any better, all our offense has to do is score one more touchdown a game, and we're a double-digit win team. All we have to do is get 25 points a game, and we're going to win most games. I mean, this defense is not about to be giving up 30 points, 35, 40, 42. Like, that's not going to happen. Even against the Chiefs, I don't see us giving up 35, 40 points.
Ain't nobody bombing us for 35 points, bro.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
It's not happening.
But the Chiefs can't stop the run. I think we have a field day with the Chiefs.
I was literally about to ask about the Chiefs game. I had to unmute for a second.
Man,
what do you guys see for the Chiefs game?
Chiefs, man.
Like, how much do you see them scoring? How much do you see us responding with?
I see the Chiefs putting up about 24 points. I see us putting up about 28. I just don't think, like...
Can I give a hot take when you're done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it hotter than what you just said?
It might be the hottest one.
Probably, definitely. I just don't see the Chiefs, like... People talk about all of this stuff like these teams aren't in the same league. Like, the Chiefs are not this. First of all, I don't even think the Chiefs are going to be as good as they were in the past couple years. But I'm not scared of the Chiefs at all. But go ahead, man.
Here go my Shang-Chi 10 rings Kamehameha right here, okay? I think going into that, what is that, week 10? That's the Monday night game, right? Right before I buy, I think.
Check.
I think that's right before the bye.
I think it's earlier than week 10.
It's week 8.
Okay,
week 8, right? I think we have a better record than the Chiefs going into that game. I think we do. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to give you no analytics. I'm not even going to give you an explanation. But other than the Patriots, name a team that lost a Super Bowl and was good the next year. Name one. And there's a lot of teams that had MVPs on their squad that bombed that next year too. Even Peyton Manning team bombed the next year after they lost it in the Super Bowl. Name a team that's had a good season after losing the Super Bowl, other than the Patriots, because Belichick and Brady is just different.
Weren't the Seahawks still good?
Nope.
2015?
They barely made the playoffs and got smacked by Cam Newton that year after they lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, like, and the thing is, the reason I say that I'm not worried about the Chiefs is because what's the point of the entire Giants defense not giving up big plays? What do the Chiefs do? The only way they score is on big plays.
Big plays.
If you make the Chiefs play 15 plays, 12 plays, 15, like That's not how they want to play football. We're not going to give up those huge plays. So I just don't see them being able to do that against us.
Diggy, they got one receiver. One.
And that's the thing. Like 3 years ago, okay, they had Tyreek Hill, they had Sammy Watkins, they had everybody. But this year they got Tyreek Hill, they got Kelsey, which is deadly, and they're gonna be great because of Patrick Mahomes. But against us, just the matchup wise, I just don't see us giving up those huge plays.
I'm gonna just say this. Until week 8 comes, I'm not gonna be out here saying that we're blowing out the Chiefs, bro. I'm not gonna.
I didn't say we're blowing them out.
We didn't say blowout.
I just said we weren't going to give up 35, 40 points to them because we don't give up those huge plays.
I can agree with you there, but even I agree with you. Sometimes fans, myself included, can't act like the Chiefs are like playing in a whole different league than the NFL, but they're playing the NFL. But hey man, they're a better team than us as of right now, man.
How so? As of September 5th, how so? This ain't last year.
Mahomes. That's how.
First of all,
that ain't enough.
Offensively, they're better.
No,
right?
How? How? We've had
okay. Wait. This Giants offense has proved nothing yet.
Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid by themselves is a top 5 offense.
Pause. Flag on the field. Diggy, we've had this conversation before. The only 2 offenses on the planet with more firepower than the Giants are the Cowboys and the Bucks. So I'm not gonna sit here and put. If you ain't talking the Cowboys and the Bucks, I'm not putting no offense out of the Giants. That's number 1. Number 2, they can't run the ball.
The difference,
they could run the ball, they would have done.
Nah, here's the difference though, Fisk. We got to see it happen before we could say this.
And I need to see the Chiefs repeat the success again. Because last time I saw the Chiefs, they come with the ball.
Well, they didn't have no line.
They didn't have no type of line.
And Daniel Jones ain't never had a line. So what's the point? All I'm just trying to say.
My point is, at least they've done something without a line. They made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I'm tired of y'all putting these teams on pedestals, bro. If you're not the Buccaneers, or if you're not the Bucks, I'm not putting you on a pedestal, bro. I'm tired of this. Like, we got to chill.
How is saying that the Chiefs can beat us putting them on his pedestal? That's a very fair statement.
Like Mahomes is untouchable, and I'm telling you.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying, you're acting as if me saying the Chiefs can beat us is blasphemy. That's not blasphemy. They're one of the best teams in the league.
Did you see your face when I said the Giants' offense is going to be better than the Chiefs? Did you see your face?
No. My face was when you said our weapons are better.
Because
I don't know about that. Our weapons haven't proven anything.
I think the Chiefs' star power with Kelsey and Tyreek Hill is better than what we have just by that star power.
They got a better tight end, fine. But let's be real here. If you put Mahomes on a lie detector test right now, he's not taking his wide receivers over ours.
What?
You mean to tell me Mahomes is going to take McCole Hardman,
you got this
Tyreek Hill over Galladay, Tony, and Shepard?
Yes, I do think he's taking what he has.
Please.
First off, you acting like the tight end that they have didn't just have 14.
I didn't say tight end. I said wide receiving core. I didn't say tight end. He got the
That's
best tight end. We got a Hall of Fame tight end. There's not a team in the league going to take Kelsey over. There's not a tight end in the NFL going over Kelsey. I said wide receiving core. Wide receiving core and running back core. You mean to tell me he'll take Clyde Edwards-Helaire over Saquon?
I think him and obviously not. I think he's taking Tyreek Hill over pretty much anything because he has the chemistry with him.
Please, you think so? He'll take Tyreek Hill over CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper and Gallup.
But we were talking about the Giants, though.
We're talking about the Giants.
No, the point I'm trying to make to you is the Chiefs wide receiving core is garbage outside of Tyreek Hill.
What would you rather have? A couple of wide receivers that's top 20 wide receivers, or a top 3 or 4 wide receiver?
Bro, we went through this with Odell. I've ever had the collective. We just went through this with Odell. I've ever had the collective.
Odell was what? Wait. Odell was the top 3 wide receiver.
Odell was the best receiver on the planet for 3 years, but he didn't have no help. It was Odell or bust. I've ever have a collective. I love going into a game knowing I got Godwin, Evans, and Brown. I love going into a game knowing you got Gallup, CeeDee, and Amari, Tony, Galladay, and Shepard. Like
you can't put Tony, Galladay, and Shepard there yet, though. That's the only point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, Tony hasn't played yet, man.
Hold on, time. I name a better slot receiver than Shepard.
What?
Name a better slot receiver.
Chris Godwin.
He's not in the slot. Try again.
Keenan Allen is in the slot.
Chris Godwin is in the slot. What are you talking about,
bro? No, he's not. Brown's in the slot. They got AB in the slot. I'm telling you, they got AB in the slot.
Look at the numbers. He was in the
Maybe
slot.
Keenan Allen. But Keenan
Maybe
Allen
Keenan
Godwin played
He played on the
52% of his
outside a lot, bro,
snaps
'cause
in
Mike
the
Williams
slot,
be hurt.
bro.
Huh?
Godwin played 52% of his snaps in the slot.
Yeah, but how much of that was after Antonio Brown got there though?
This is 2020. AB was
He's
in
a
there in
slot
After
2020.
receiver.
AB got there.
Huh?
After AB got there, what was the percentage after AB?
Wasn't
got
AB there in?
No,
wait,
AB
wait.
didn't
When?
get there till like week 10 because he had an 8-game suspension or something like that.
I
Yeah, they
bet. Let me
suspended
see.
the
Let
hell
me see
out
if I
of
can pull
AB.
that up.
AB
I
was
have no
cold.
idea how in the world I'm gonna pull that up. I don't think that's possible to pull up without PFF like Ultra or
You would have
something.
to do that yourself. You would have to go.
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
watch
I have
the
to do the
game.
calculations myself.
Here's the thing. Forget the Giants for a second. I don't care about the Giants right now. This is just my Chiefs rant as a whole because I can't stand them. That offense is not that good. Mahomes is a bad boy. Mahomes and Reed make that offense look a lot better than it is. But please, people, do not be fooled. That offense is not that good.
But that's my point. Going back to
Tyreek
what
Hill
we
is one
said.
person.
Going
One.
back to what we said. Mahomes by himself with Andy Reid calling those plays makes their offense better than ours.
Yeah, but
There's no
I'm talking-
offense that
I'm
Jason
talking
Garrett can
firepower.
ever
I'm not
call.
talking scheme.
It's
I'm
gonna be
talking
better than Andy Reid.
firepower.
I'm talking about what's going to happen on the field.
And I'm just saying, if Mahomes, there's like 5 wide receiving cores Mahomes have ever had than his. You mean to tell me he wouldn't take Thielen and Justin Jefferson? Come
You
on,
probably
man.
take Justin Jefferson.
That doesn't change the fact that he still has one of the best offenses in the league. Even if
My
it's on him.
point is,
Even
as
if you
long
wanna
as
say-
he's
Even if you want to say the offense is just him, it's still the Chiefs as a team.
Now I'm about
Going
to
back to what I
start
was
trolling.
saying.
Now I'm gonna start trolling.
he said, "Now he about to start."
You see, I was keeping it 100 with y'all until now. Now let Petty Fisk come out. Let Petty Fisk come out. If Mahomes is so great, why he go for 50 touchdowns to 25?
Why he
I
what?
wait. If Mahomes is so great, why he go for 50 touchdowns to 25?
Wasn't he a bit injured in 2020?
So him missing one game is the reason why he has a 25 touchdown drop.
If Daniel, you want to be petty, I'll be petty, man. If Daniel
I'm being
Jones is so
petty.
great, why he go from 24 touchdowns in 12 games to 11 touchdowns?
But Daniel Jones is never MVP. Don't change the subject. No, let's keep it 150.
Nah. You say you won't be petty. Nah, this is a stupid argument, bro.
No. We're talking about Mahomes.
This
If Mahomes
is
is so
ridiculous.
great, why?
So
couldn't
all
he
right,
score
no.
a
You're
touchdown in the Super Bowl?
saying if Mahomes is so great, so then you're saying Mahomes is not great.
I
then,
think Mahomes is slightly overrated.
How define
I don't
slightly
think he's
overrated? Where is
that
he?
good.
Where is he ranked in the NFL, bro, as a
He's
quarterback?
still top 5, but I don't think he's the greatest thing on earth. People think he's like
He's
the
not
greatest
number one
quarterback
for
that ever
you.
lived. No, Tom Brady is.
What's your
He's
top
Super Bowl
5?
MVP.
What's your top 5?
Off the top of my head, I'd probably go Brady is one, of course. Then Rodgers. Then I would probably go Mahomes. Then I would probably go Lamar. And then I put Russell Wilson there. Off the top of the dome, that would be my 5.
See, Mahomes at 3 is very respectable. I don't get how that's a hot take or anything.
I didn't say it was a hot take. I said he was overrated. I didn't say he wasn't great.
Nah, but
Hey,
you have him
listen, hold
perfectly
up.
rated. What are you talking about?
This is my friend in real life. This man has been hating on Mahomes since his rookie season. Most of the time, he don't even be in my streams. But as soon as you start talking down on Mahomes, this dude appears talking about fat.
Because,
like
he's
like the Evan Ingram account. The Evan Ingram account is legendary.
Yo, let me ask you a question. Let's keep it 150,000 right now, bro. That dude put up a dud in the Super Bowl. He ain't that great. I'm off the Mahomes bandwagon. That dude put up a dud.
Are you off it for good or like if he shows you something,
I've been
you'll hop
off
back
of
on?
it. I said he got lucky versus the 49ers. If I wasn't beef with the 49er fans, I would have aired them out for that. That was the luckiest Super Bowl win I've seen in a minute, bro. 49ers was not supposed to lose that game. Let's keep it real. Deshaun Watson, if he wasn't a choke artist, Deshaun Watson was 25 points. How you fall down 25 points at home in a playoff game?
Yeah, no, that's
Mahomes retired. Mahomes retired Deshaun Watson at that point. That's the last time. That's like all this time, like people talking about Deshaun had all these. Mahomes retired him at that point, but I do think Mahomes is a little bit overrated.
Oh, so it's not a hot take then. Okay,
because listen. Mahomes last year in the Super Bowl. First off, if you're supposed to be the next person who's supposed to be the GOAT, because people were talking about you as the GOAT and you played 2 years in the league, you got to do better than what you did in the Super Bowl.
Facts.
Because I watched Eli for 10 years have a horrible offensive line, and they said an elite quarterback should overcome a horrible
Facts.
offensive line.
Preach.
Mahomes just got paid $50 million a year.
Preach.
You realize
This
how
is what
much
I'm.
money that is?
This
You
is what I'm gonna
realize
ask
if
you.
they didn't pay him
This is
$50
what I'm gonna ask
million?
you. I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying. How does this relate to me saying the Chiefs can beat the Giants?
Oh no, I agree with you on that. I'm
Like,
talking about
come
Mahomes.
on. What are we talking? We
No,
went
I'm
from that to this.
justifying my take right now because when I said the Giants could beat the Chiefs, Diggy was on my side. But what I'm saying is like, I ain't like Hub face. Hub just is like,
I'm sorry, bro. I can't do nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I could get plastic surgery. That's about it.
I'm just saying this. As being a Giants fan and the time that we've been horrible teams, we have horrible rosters. I've never seen the Giants go against like that top of the league team and then like get completely destroyed. I've never seen that happen.
It's not in our
The
DNA.
Giants
We have a
always
habit of
play up.
upsetting teams.
Who
Like
was
we
saying we're
always
getting
play up
destroyed?
to these. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the narrative.
Hub, don't do this
that-
right now.
Don't do what?
We ain't say no. You hanging on that destroyed word. You keep trying to hold me and Diggy accountable for something.
Because, bro, you're acting as if it's blasphemous that the Chiefs can beat us. That's what I'm going.
No,
with,
we're
bro.
not.
We're
Nobody's
talking
saying
about
that.
we're talking about like we're not getting blown out. We're saying that the Giants can
And
win.
I agree with
game.
that.
We're
I'm
saying
just saying,
that
as of
at the
right
very
now, I
least-
think we're gonna be beat.
I just don't understand. My whole thing is this. I'm gonna piggyback off what Diggy said, bro. I watch Russell Wilson run for his life every week and put up points. Like, come on, bro. Like, enough is enough with the whole he didn't have an offensive line in the Super Bowl. BS, bro. BS. This dude Russell Wilson don't never got no line. Josh Allen line ain't that good. His Kyler Murray line got him killed last year. Like, y'all act like Mahomes the first quarterback to not have an offensive line for a game. Like, come on,
how do
bro.
you lose a Super Bowl and they showing all highlights of you losing the Super Bowl of you throwing the ball?
That was
Like-
hilarious, bro. You're watching the Super Bowl, and I'm on Twitter at the same time. They're like, "Look at this incredible incomplete throw by Mahomes." I was like, "Yo, what? Nah, chill, bro. How about you show the
Like
winning
I
team
just have a
highlights?"
completely different perspective. I don't have any sympathy for nobody that doesn't have a line, because I literally watched us not have a line for years, and people say that as an elite quarterback, you're supposed to overcome the offensive line.
Facts.
If you're supposed to be the GOAT, people are already saying that Mahomes is the best quarterback they've ever seen play. So if you're that good, overcome the bad offensive line.
And
At least
was
put up
my
a
whole
fight.
point. That
He
was
didn't
my
even put up
whole
a fight.
point. At some point, if you're Mahomes, like you got to be smart enough to take the check down, jab him until you can haymaker him. He looked so bad in that Super Bowl. He was like a bad Madden player who was just determined to run verticals or something. Like, it was just bad, bro. I don't think he's all that in a bag of chips. I think Brady's better. I think Aaron Rodgers is still better. I just don't. I think Russell Wilson. If you said game for your life, Russell Wilson or Mahomes, I'm still gonna take Russell Wilson over him. Like we just like, come on, bro.
No, I'm with you there because you had him right at 3, and I agree with that. I'd have him right around 3 as well.
And I just feel like with the Chiefs receivers, keep that same energy. You know how y'all just said the Chiefs receivers drop balls in the Super Bowl? That's because they're not good. They got one receiver in Tyreek Hill who's only good for going vertical. Yeah, like the Chiefs got like. When I talk about offenses, I look at your running back, your receiving core, your tight end, bro. Like Dallas is better. The Dalvin Cook team better. The Giants are better. I'm just talking firepower. Like, if you can put Mahomes on any other team, you're going to say, man, what can Mahomes do on the Giants? What can Mahomes do on the Cowboys? What will Mahomes do if he had Aaron Jones and freaking Devontae Adams and Scantling? Like you would say, like, oh my goodness, what can he do in Tennessee with Julio and freaking AJ Brown and Derrick Henry? I'm just saying in general, y'all gotta understand when I say offenses, I'm not just talking the quarterback, I'm talking the whole team, bro. Like, it's like the whole team. Like, there's Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham, Austin Hooper, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. There's like 10 teams with more firepower than the Chiefs. Do they have better quarterbacks than Mahomes? Probably not. But even Russell Wilson got more firepower. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. And he got freaking Chris Carson in the back. I'm just saying, bro.
All right, so now it just comes down to semantics. When you talk about offense, you said you're looking at firepower. When I'm talking about offense, I'm talking about what is actually going to happen on the field. The Chiefs are still going to be a top 10 offense this year. You know what I'm saying?
Top 10 offense too.
I want that to happen so badly.
Yeah.
I got to see
Basically, my point is back what I was saying. It's a lot of people and a lot of NFL fans that just look at teams and just say this team has no shot and this team is going to blow them out. I never seen the Giants get blown out by one of them juggernaut historical teams. Never seen it happen, and I don't think it's going to happen. But Ash wanted to jump in here because I guess he wanted to say something about Mahomes.
Nah, bro, y'all wilding, bro.
Here we go.
This whole stream, y'all just wilding. Not even about the Mahomes thing. Like, I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to wash my hair, and I can't even wash my hair. Y'all got me laughing so damn hard.
He's
Like,
trying to wash his hair.
yo, wilding. Nah, but the Mahomes on. My major thing with Mahomes is like, how is he basically of the NFL 100, like the players? How is he the number one player in the NFL? All he did was made the Super Bowl. I mean, you got the MVP, and then you got somebody who went on a 3-game winning streak going up against some of the best quarterbacks in the whole entire league.
In the history of the NFL.
Back to back to back. And you rate him 7? Disrespect, bro. Disrespect.
At
Basically,
the end of the day,
exactly.
if Mahomes was that dude, he would have got it done. I'm not trying to hear it. He would have made something happen, bro. You had 2 weeks of game plan without that offensive line. He came out there and choked. I'm not trying to hear that. He had 2 weeks. It's a 2-week break before the Super Bowl. Y'all act like it was
didn't nobody tell him to just start running around, running 20 yards deep into the backfield?
That's
Yo,
what I'm saying.
nobody told him to throw the sidearm in the Super Bowl, bro. Into
That's
double
what I'm
coverage and
saying.
stuff, bro.
This is facts. Like, these be facts. Like, come on, bro. We went up against Andy Reid for like 15 years, bro. All he do is those drag slants and bubble screens. Mahomes wanted to bomb that ball to Tyreek Hill instead of taking underneath routes, and that's why they lost. Period.
The thing
This
is,
Andy
like,
Reid offense.
Mahomes, like I always say it like this when I like debate people about Mahomes. If Mahomes was on the Giants, like let's say John Mayer and Jerry Reese wanted to listen to Ben McAdoo and trade up for Mahomes, he would not be doing that if he was on the Giants.
Nah, he was
Absolutely
garbage.
not.
He couldn't
Not
even
with McAdoo calling plays. He'd have been.
He couldn't even read the middle linebacker for his first 2 years.
He'd have busted on the Giants, bro. Behind Eric Flowers, he would have.
Yo, pause. That's all I'm gonna say on that, bro. Yo, pause, bro. Big A-yo and a pause, bro.
Yo, see, like, listen, between Eric Flowers and Everett Ingram dropping balls,
And Bobby Hart.
There's no way.
Why did Bobby Hart have a job for so long, bro?
Oh wait, didn't we take Eric Flowers the year Mahomes was coming out?
No, we took.
Or was that Eli Apple?
Took Ingram.
No, that was
Ingram.
draft.
Ugh. Oh boy.
Yeah, bro. People forget how bad Jerry Reese was, man.
Yo, Diggy face was like,
Who was coming out in Eric Flowers draft? There was somebody we should have taken.
Ryan Ramsey.
was somebody.
No.
It was Todd Gurley.
The
People
dude
were
from
supposed to take.
Washington. We were supposed to take him, but Washington took him. I forgot his name.
People-
He was like an offensive line.
You talking about Sure?
Yeah,
Sure.
Brandon Scherf, yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was like it was yesterday.
You know what I'm saying? Big Fish just keeping 100, man. I'm just saying, like, I gotta call a spade, bro. At the end of the day, man, if I thought the Giants was gonna be trash, I know me. I have no problem bashing this team. I don't. But I believe with all my heart that we're gonna be a top 10 offense. 12 games. It's our year. It's like, come on, man. I just love how Galladay was the greatest thing ever last year in Detroit. Oh my goodness, look at Galladay. And now he goes to the Giants, he trash. Like
Bro,
the
like I
Giants,
said,
they had
anybody that
19,
signs
man.
with us, bro, they're not good. It's fake.
I put
Anybody that
out-
signs with us.
That is true.
I put out a tweet about that, and I mentioned it like a couple of times. I don't know. That just took me by surprise, but that shit got like 600 likes.
Same thing with Kadarius Toney, bro. They was bigging up Travis Etienne to the moon. Kadarius Toney highlight reel, and he going to any other team, he'd be the greatest thing ever, bro. Oh, did you see the Kadarius Toney highlights? Can you believe he fell to pick number 20 or whatever the heck? But no, the Giants take him. Oh, he's a bum. He's a bust.
Now all of a sudden he's rated.
Imagine
lower.
what the reports would have been if we would have took Devontae Smith.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's too skinny. He can't
Bro,
press coverage.
you already know, bro. They would have been like the Giants draft the most injury-prone wide receiver or something like that, bro.
Remember them 3 drops he had his first preseason game
Oh,
versus
No,
the
we've been
Patriots?
killed, bro. We would have been killed, bro.
Oh my gosh! If Devontae Smith's a giant and dropped those balls,
that's
he,
why
he
I'm
dropped-
almost
he was
glad
dropping
that
in practice
Kadarius
too,
Toney
remember?
didn't play.
who?
You said he dropped.
No, I also remember he was dropping in practice too.
Oh yeah, he
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Y'all
I was
think
saying that's
Jamar
why I was
Chase is
almost glad
bad.
that Kadarius Toney didn't play because of the hate he would have got.
Yo, I can't wait for week 1. Dude, Darius Toney like catch like a 5-yard slant and like juke 3 people and then
Yo, hold up.
down
Fisk,
all
I'm
over
sorry.
again.
Not this again. Another Elijah Moore comment, bro. Are you serious?
I mean, he's a Jets fan. I mean, like I said, I'm just gonna ask you to name
What?
your favorite corner on your team, Jets game. Who's your favorite corner?
Oh my god, bro.
Oh,
They're
you
really acting as if
Elijah
Elijah Moore was
Moore.
ranked ahead of this man, bro.
I love how people in Arizona, right? Here's what kills me. So Rondale Moore better than Tony now, right? So it's like, come on, bro, I gotta stop. Like
Cap.
this dude is like, oh, Rondale could
Well,
have took Rondale Moore in the
I
second.
actually like Rondale Moore better than Kadarius Toney, but I thought Rondale Moore was too injury prone. So,
But if we had took Rondale Moore, he'd be trash. So this is what I'm trying to say. It's like, yo, you should have waited to round 2 to pick Rondale Moore instead of Tony. Had we taken Tony, listen, we could have took AZ in the first round, and then we could have taken Rondale Moore in the second, like the Cardinals did, and got a cold crash. So I'm
and
like,
Bobby,
bro,
it's a difference. It's a difference between Giants fans making fun of Devontae Smith and the entire media circuit making fun of Devontae Smith.
Yeah,
That's what we
Bobby,
talking
I don't think your team is not nearly important enough to get the entire media on you, bro.
He's still
And then-
on it, like Bobby.
And then he said he was more. Listen,
This is cap. Yo,
At this
Diggy,
point, you're
you
not-
saw
you're
the
not speaking
screenshots I
facts.
sent you, right? Of like some dudes
Listen.
told me this, and then I pulled up like 5 different sites
yeah,
that I
did-
use. And
we
the
did a
dude shut
mock
up.
draft on my channel every week for about 3.5 to 4 months. It seemed like it was forever.
Mhm.
We used multiple draft simulators. When I was looking at all of these, I did about 25, 30 film sessions of recruits. I looked at a whole bunch of boards. Not one time was Elijah Moore ranked over Kadarius Toney.
This man said go to mock drafts. We literally
until-
just told you how many we did.
Until 2 weeks before the season when PFF ranked him there and Brett Coleman ranked him there. Everybody else had Bateman over there. Some people had Toney over Bateman. Some people
Yeah,
had
I was just
Toney
about to
as
say.
the third receiver, and I said that was stupid.
it was
but-
either the top 3. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you can go ahead.
But I was just saying that it was Chase, Waddle, and Smith. Though Waddle and Smith was like going back and forth, and then it was Bateman and Tony going back and forth.
Yeah.
Never was it like either.
Like I said, I'm not going to say that I never saw Elijah Moore ranked over him, but that was definitely in a minority. And
I'm
it's
serious, bro. 99% of the time, it wasn't happening.
talking about NFL media. I mean, listen, man.
Bro, whoa. He about to pull up CBS Sports, bro.
Listen, man.
CBS Sports, I just bring that
I'm
up because that's like the worst outlet you could go to for anything, bro. Not just football. They're so
legit
trash
forgot
over
what
there.
I was gonna say. Dang,
What
I
happened?
forgot what I
He
was
said he
going to
forgot
say.
what he was going to say.
Nah, but can I ask y'all a question while Fisk thinks about what he's gonna say? I didn't get y'all thoughts. Well, Hub, I got your thoughts. Well, I heard your thoughts, but Diggy and Fisk, what are y'all thoughts about Andrew Thomas? We all know people are giving a lot of hate to him, calling him the next Eric Flowers. But y'all think he's gonna be straight or
He'll
I
be
think
fine.
Andrew Thomas is at the worst. Andrew Thomas is going to be an average starter in this league. He's not going to be Eric Flowers. He's already better than Eric Flowers from what he's done. I appreciate him a lot more than
Yeah,
Eric
that's
Flowers.
what I was gonna say. How you not watch Kyle Pitts highlights and not notice how great Tony was? I was like, dude, I'm like, come on, bro. Y'all sitting here watching all this, y'all watching all this Florida film for Kyle Pitts, and y'all don't see Tony out there getting busy, right? Stop. Come on, bro.
I mean, people can come up. I mean, at the end of the day, it's pretty much what we said is just proving his fact. Nobody had Kadarius Toney ranked. Just going back to the Daniel Jones thing. I heard people saying Daniel Jones was a projected 6th-round pick. Okay.
What?
What?
Nah, no, people said he was gonna go undrafted. Now they said the Giants
Exactly.
could have wait till like the put him on the practice squad. That's a lot of
Skip
people.
Skip Bayless on Undisputed said,
Well,
I
that's
thought
Skip, bro. That's Skip.
maybe he has an outside shot at getting drafted. I'm like, Daniel Jones was rumored to go to the Giants, the Redskins. I'm saying Redskins because that
And
was
the
their name back
Broncos.
then. And the Broncos before the draft started, weeks before it. And a whole bunch of Giants fans, because the Giants were rumored to like Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, and Dwayne Haskins. And a whole bunch of people was out there saying, don't take Daniel Jones and Drew Lock because we didn't know who they were. Plain and simple.
Just a fun. I was about to say just a fun.
You can say what you want.
Just a fun little scenario. You put Daniel Jones in Denver, he'll give us hell. He would give us hell.
Oh, right now, yeah. He had Pat Shermer too right now. So
yeah,
I'm about to leave, but I'm gonna rest my case on this. Just keep in mind that same offense that Drew Lock sucks in with way more talent. Daniel Jones got it done. Daniel Jones with less talent and the same offense put up big numbers with Shermer. Shermer goes to a team with Jerry Jeudy, Ken Hamler,
Cortland Sutton, man.
Cortland Sutton can't do a dang thing. And he got Pat Shermer. So
Drew Lock is trash.
And Dwayne Haskins got cut midway through his second season. So all these draft experts out here that want to bash the Giants for taking Daniel Jones, how stupid do y'all look?
And in addition to that, I've been saying for a while now, Daniel Jones, in terms of what he's done in the NFL, is actually not that different from Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray should be way above what he actually is, considering he has D-Hop, in my opinion.
Can somebody tell me when Daniel Jones had a receiver as good as DeAndre Hopkins?
Never in his life, bro. Never in his life.
Does he have one? Kenny Golladay is not DeAndre Hopkins.
Bro, the gap between Daniel and Kyler, who everybody views as that number one quarterback in 2019, is not that big, bro. I think they're basically the same.
And guess what happened? Guess what happened to Kyler when he injured his shoulder and couldn't run no more?
Trash.
All of a sudden, he looked trash.
Kyler lost to like what was
he lost to the third string Rams quarterback. He lost
with the playoffs on the line, bro.
Two back-to-back. He lost to the Rams back up to week 17 and week 16.
I'm just laughing right now because Joseph is like, this man Joseph in the chat is making me laugh, bro. Yo, that's hilarious. His reaction. Nah, but it's facts though. Like Fisk said it, bro. Who were the quarterbacks in 2019? It was Kyler. It was Daniel, Haskins, Lock. Haskins and Lock, they not even quarterbacks in my opinion, bro. They about to be out the league in a couple years, all right? Then it's just Daniel and Kyler, and Kyler hasn't done that much better with a way better weapons, bro. So I mean, listen.
Remember, Kyler played against us his rookie year, and he threw about 20 passes that was like 4 yards.
He barely had over 100 passing yards.
He had like 100 yards, and Cardinals fans were saying he just tore y'all defense apart.
You know what I wonder sometimes? Like, no cap. I really wonder how much better Daniel Jones would have been had he got drafted to the Redskins like he was supposed to. Because Jay Gruden wanted him badly. Jay Gruden wanted him. He had Terry McLaurin.
Jay Gruden would have made that work,
or
bro.
Lance Thomas, whatever was there. You know, and then when I look at Daniel Jones sometimes too, I'm like, if he was in Arizona, they make the playoffs. I don't care what nobody says. If Daniel Jones, Christian Kirk would be a Pro Bowler if Daniel Jones is there, because Kyler Murray can't hit Christian Kirk deep. I'm like, bro, Christian Kirk's not bad. He's always open down the field. Just Kyler Murray be throwing freaking. You would think it was 90-mile wind gust in there when Kyler Murray throwing the ball, bro. I'm like, no, Christian Kirk is not trash, bro. It's just Kyler Murray's not accurate down the field. If Daniel Jones had Christian Kirk, he'd be bombs on Baghdad, bro. No cap.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Going into that draft, I did want Dwayne Haskins though. I was lost in the sauce.
First of all, we won.
I was lucky,
quarterback.
Bro. I was lucky. I was lucky, Ash. You know why? Because literally a week before the draft, I came to my senses somehow. I even made a video. I was like, actually, you know what? Dwayne Haskins is not that guy. Like, I was Dwayne Haskins literally up until a week before the draft, and I made a video saying, I don't know if I want this guy anymore. Because like that.
Yeah, I wanted Josh Allen, a pass rusher.
The pass rusher. I don't even remember who I wanted 2019, but all I know was
I
that when
wanted-
draft time came, I
Oh
did
no
not want
no. Who
Bland.
I wanted was Devin White. That's who I wanted.
Yeah, Tampa
At-
took him right before us.
At
Yeah.
6, I wanted Haskins, and then at 17, I wanted Montez Sweat.
Yeah, we should have gotten Sweat. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I'm not mad with Dexter. Dexter is a beast, but
Yeah.
we should have gotten Sweat.
Yeah, we didn't take Sweat because of the heart thing. So
Yeah.
Me being an Ohio State fan, bro, I was lost in the sauce. I'm like 50 touchdowns. I was
It's
like, he
wide
looked
open.
like the guy.
50
Listen, how
touchdowns,
did-
bro, where his
how
receivers do all the
how
work.
does Dwayne Haskins? How is he not on the same page with a receiver he just played with the year before?
Yeah.
I
That
still
is
don't
sad,
understand that.
Yeah, he has Terry out of OSU and he couldn't do anything, bro.
That's literally like if Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase came out the same year and they couldn't connect.
I mean,
Like that don't make sense.
they can't.
Yo, who's laughing right now? Is that Fisk or is that Ash?
Exactly. I can't tell who's laughing.
Nah, that ain't me. I'm getting dressed. That ain't me. I'm getting dressed.
I was just wanting a reaction from Diggy.
Oh what? What'd you say? I didn't even catch what
You were
said.
saying that's like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase can't like not be able to connect, and I was like, they can't.
Man,
Listen, bro.
I'm not even worried about them
T.
right
Higgins
now. I'm
the
worried
more
about
receiver,
Max
bro.
Johnson, man.
T.
I'm worried
Higgins the
about
more
Max
receiver.
Johnson and what he's going to do. Because
If I'm not a fantasy football guy, but if you drafting in fantasy, T. Higgins going kind of late, he'll be great for your team, bro.
yeah, anybody who's taking Chase over Higgins in fantasy is I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that's not going to happen in the actual season. Jamar Chase is going to be fine. People are crazy.
Hey, yo, Diggy, are you frozen?
No, I'm not. Oh wait, it looks like I am. Maybe my camera died. Let's see. I think my camera died. I actually just got a new camera.
Oh, that's what's up.
I guess it died.
Nah, but any score predictions for
For week one?
week 1?
I'll tell you what, it definitely ain't gonna be that score I saw where it was like Broncos win 33-19. I was like, this is the most cap I've seen in my life.
That
That's
was
not happening.
Maurice Jones-Drew that said that.
MJD needs to get back to the NFL, bro. That's not happening, bro. This man needs to go play again. Nah, listen, I'm gonna say it's gonna be like 25-17. We win.
I'd say 25-13.
I'd say 27-17.
28-10.
Damn,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either.
But yeah, I guess we got the predictions out of the way. We going on about 2 hours and 12 minutes. My camera just died. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up right here. I'll let y'all go through one by one to plug what y'all got coming up. We can start off with Fisk because I know he got to go.
Yeah. Just type in Fisk Vegas and hit that sub button on everything. That's it.
All right.
Fisk, are you going live at 7?
Yeah. Shots Fired Podcast live 7 o'clock. Boogie jagging off. And myself, we going over every team I got beef with going into the NFL season. So
Give us a number. How many is that?
I don't know. I ain't do my team preview, so it's less than normal. So I'm just maybe like 10.
Damn, that's still a lot. All right. I'm definitely gonna be tuned into that. You already know where to find me as well. The Hub_YT, Twitter, Instagram, and the Hub right here on YouTube. Shout out to Diggy for having me on. Shout out to the chat. You guys been
Hey,
amazing.
shout out to y'all for coming on. Ash.
Yeah. I guess like everybody say, just type in Ash 20 Records with a Z. I got 2 channels, so y'all can check that out. I'm working on my Certified Lover Boy reaction right now. And also Diggy and Hub, I didn't know, like, did y'all want to do a live stream later for like the draft or
The draft.
the fantasy draft that I got?
When is it?
Oh,
Saturday.
yeah.
I was
It's
gonna do it
today
like
at 8:30, right?
But I don't even know if I really want to do it. That's why I was asking y'all, like, if y'all.
Oh, I'd be down to hop on if you do it.
And y'all make sure
Yeah,
y'all
I'm-
go fix Young Chi.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I gotta
I'm
check that out.
watching it tomorrow, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shang-Chi came out?
Yeah,
It came out last
Thursday,
Friday, right?
Thursday or Friday, one out of the two.
Yeah, it isn't. They're not doing it on like Disney Plus or nothing, right? So I gotta go to the theaters.
No, you actually got to go there.
But yeah, man. I set her for a Loverboy reaction. Should be out like in the next 2 days. And yeah. Thank you.
Yo,
Thanks for having me on.
just let me know, bro. Which one was better, bro? I didn't listen to CLB
Oh
yet.
no, Donda. Well,
I
Are you
bet
too
that's
sexy
tough.
for your shirt though?
What?
That's
Are
that's
you too
that's
sexy for your shirt?
did y'all see, bro? Yes, bro. That shouldn't even. I shouldn't even have to answer that. Y'all see Kawhi in the music video?
Are you a lesbian?
I swear, man. I used to say that.
Yo, hey, no, nah, bro. The amount of things Drake be doing in some of his songs, bro, he probably is, bro. I wouldn't be surprised.
Nah, bro. Did y'all? There was a bar. I know you're trying to end the thing, but there was a bar there, and it was like Drake was saying. He said something, and he said February 19th is the glow up, and then he was talking about your dad is not around, your mom is not around, and people saying he's talking about the girl from Stranger Things. It looks like a
Hey,
whole.
nah, let's cut it, man. Let's
What?
cut it.
Bro,
Hey,
I'm trying to tell
I'm
you.
gonna catch y'all.
Nah,
I'm
listen.
gonna catch y'all. I'm
Ash,
gonna
we
go
gonna
ahead and wrap this
continue this
stream up.
right after the stream ends, bro. But for right now, the stream gotta end.
Hey, y'all have a good rest of y'all Sunday.